Friday night football here at Bloomington Stadium, and it's the big one tonight, the Battle of Bloomington. Jefferson, the home team, taking on the Kennedy Eagles. And hello again, everybody. Josh Powers, along with Brian Hawks, will be joined down on the field by Paul Fournier soon as our sideline reporter tonight. Big one tonight, Brian. No love lost between these two teams. It should be exciting.
You know, when you get into a battle in Bloomington, you throw out the records, and it sounds cliche, but Kennedy, Jefferson, it goes back how many years now? So I'm anticipating a good one. The stands behind us here are packed, and even on a windy night here atop Bloomington Stadium, I think we're in for a good one here.
It is windy, but it is warm, so that's the good thing. Let's take a look at the conference standings through 5 weeks of play here in the South Suburban Conference, and you can see the top two teams, both from the same city and both doing battle tonight, Lakeville North and Lakeville South, in what could be a conference championship game. Prior Lake's having a good season, Brian. We saw them last week. They're at 3-1 in the conference.
Yeah, big player for them, Jack Kaiser, 300 yards here at Bloomington Stadium here on BEC. So look for another big game from him and Prior Lake. But again, atop the standings there, the two Lakeville schools. Excited to see how that one turns out there.
You see Jefferson and Kennedy, they're down in the standings just ahead of Burnsville and Apple Valley. Let's take a look at the games last week. Jefferson had a tough one against Egan last week. Brian gave up some big plays and really one of Egan's guys really got going.
Yeah, their quarterback Drew Bauer accounted for 6 touchdowns on his own, 2 passing and then the 4 rushing touchdowns. So that's something that both the Eagles and the Jags are going to have to stop the big play tonight. So whoever can do that, I think that they're going to come out at least initially out the gates.
And obviously, you saw it here last week on BEC-TV, 30-13 Prior Lake over Kennedy in that one as Jack Kaiser ran a rough shot for almost 300 yards. Lakeville South impressive, 17-0 last week over Rosemount. North stayed perfect, 17-14, eking one out against Burnsville at home. And then Eastview, another 17-0 score there as they were victorious over Apple Valley. Games this week, obviously, here at Bloomington Stadium, Kennedy and Jefferson. The big one down in Lakeville probably will determine the conference championship. Apple Valley at Rosemount, the Irish looking to get back on track and stay within touch of the leaders. Egan at Prior Lake, which should be a good one. Egan's rapidly improving this year. And then Eastview at Burnsville, rounding out the conference slate tonight. As we'll talk more about the top 10 in the state, let's take a look at those rankings. And some South Suburban Conference teams making some noise in the top 10, Brian.
Yeah, again, those two Lakeville teams in that top 10 all season long. And, of course, always trailing that three-headed monster that we talk about seemingly every week. Eden Prairie, of course, on top, followed by Wayzata. And then, of course, the Raiders at Creedendorf Mall.
And Shakobee's sneaking into the rankings, too. They're at 5-0, ranked number 8 in the state. Let's talk more about tonight's matchup. Obviously, Brian, it's a windy night tonight. Warm weather-wise, but still some tough conditions out there. These are two teams that haven't had a lot of success throwing the football this year. We think the damage is going to be done on the ground. Whatever team does that better tonight will probably come out with a win.
You know, and like you said, it all starts up front with those offensive lines, both, of course, on the Jag side and the Eagle side. They've made their living, so to speak, this season on the ground. So look for that offensive line, whoever can establish their dominance, their presence early on to get out to a good start.
Some key players to watch tonight. We do want to spotlight a couple of wide receivers because if they do get it going through the air, these are a couple of guys that can get it done. Obviously, Nick Warren, we saw what he could do last week for Kennedy.
Yeah, Warren catching that 78-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter, giving the Eagles a little bit of a spark then. But again, it's going to be tough. Again, with the wind that is in this stadium tonight, it's going to be Warren, Hearns. Of course, on the other side, we're looking at Brian Alm for the Jags. Again, who can be that receiver that can really make an impact outside of the running game?
I also wanted to talk about some of the other players, other positions. Jordan Stallings had a really nice year for Kennedy. He seemed like he was in every play last week against Prior Lake. He's a linebacker that's going to have to play huge tonight against the Jaguar run game.
Yeah, Stallings a two-way player, of course, a running back on the offensive side. But I look for him to make his presence felt defensively, keeping that linebacking core in check, and again, it's trying to stop the running game of the Jags.
We'll talk more about some of the Jaguars we're looking for tonight, as well as bring you our keys to the game. And before that, we'll send it down to the marching band, the Jaguar pregame show, continuing here on BEC-TV.
Jefferson High School Football Marching Band.
The band is put on the field by senior drum major Abiel Harris and is directed by
Dan Bretland and Jeff Levine. The flag advisors are Heather James and Jen Shank, and I'm your announcer, Kevin Grebner. And now, the pride of Minnesota, the 2011 Jefferson High School Football Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen who honor our country, please stand and remove your hats as our flag is being presented downfield. I believe in the United States of America, a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. A democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation and a sovereign state.
A union, one and inseparable, established upon the principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity. Therefore, I believe it is our duty to our country to love it, support its Constitution, obey its laws, and respect its flag. To these principles, we rededicate ourselves today as we join together in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jefferson High School staff, administration, and student body wishes to extend a warm welcome to our visitors, the Eagles from our sister school, Bloomington Kennedy High School. Welcome to Bloomington Stadium and this evening's game. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jaguar Fight Song. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 Jefferson High School Football Marching Band.
So the Jaguar Marching Band, good as ever here in the pregame. Josh Powers, Brian Hawks back with you. We promised we'd talk more about some key Jaguars, and we're going to do that, starting with a guy, if they're going to get it going in the air, might be a big factor in that, Brian Alm, number 11 for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Alm, one of their wide receivers, will be flanked out on the right side, of course, on the left side from Robinson. And again, if they can make a big play in the passing game along with Blanchard, Rowell in the running game, I think all may come up with a big one here. And I think that will get these Jags back on track here and back into their winning ways. So look for Alm to make a big play in the passing game.
And a guy up front that's big for the Jaguars, we talked about some of their other offensive linemen. Andrew Seberg's a nice guy to have up front, number 62 for Jefferson.
Yeah, Seberg, along with that entire offensive line for the Jags, as you take a look at Seberg there, number 62, he's going to be key. Again, that running game, the Jags live and die by that running game. They don't throw the ball very often. So look for Seberg to have a big one. And against that Kennedy D-line led by Theo Sunder, that's going to be a tough matchup, though.
It is our key matchup of the game. Let's talk about the keys to the game specifically. First down is going to be important for both these teams. They don't want to get into a hole come second and third down.
And again, we've preached it all year long here on BEC broadcast. It's gaining positive yardage and putting your team in positions where they can be successful. And it starts with positive yardage on first down, especially with, again, teams that run first.
Our second key, boom, explosive plays in the sense that they don't want to give up the explosive plays that both these teams have been giving up all year.
They've been victimized, like you said, by those big plays. Again, we saw Kaiser last week run all over the Eagles in long runs of 50-plus yards, even on a few of them.
He did it to Jefferson, too, so.
Yeah, no lost love, again, between these two sides. But, again, who can make the big plays and, of course, not give up them on the other side?
And, obviously, in a rivalry game like this, playing with passion, controlled passion is going to be key.
Well, we throw out the records. Again, two teams, crosstown rivals here in Bloomington. Again, sometimes it's just who can get down, get dirty, so to speak, have the right attitude, and really have a fire in their belly to come out on top.
Should be fun, as always. Jefferson and Kennedy in a series that Jefferson has dominated through the years, but more recently, Brian, Kennedy has had the upper hand here in the Battle of Bloomington. We will see if that holds true tonight. Kennedy obviously victorious last year as well. And a guy that helped them to do that, Alexis Jones, will be paramount in the running game for Kennedy, but it will be Jefferson who will get the first possession. There they are, the Columbia blue and silver. We do want to make note as you take a look at Kennedy head coach Dick Weinberger. It's a home game for Jefferson. They will have the home side. So there you see the Eagles on the visitor side tonight. We will have senior spotlights tonight because Jefferson's the home team. We will be spotlighting Jaguars as you look at the bench. John Leverins and company for the Jaguars. So we will be spotlighting some Jaguar seniors. So if you're a Kennedy fan out there, you're wondering why we don't see a Kennedy spotlight. We will be spotlighting your seniors in your home games throughout the year, and we will get to everybody, we promise. John Levin's ready to go. So are the Jaguars. They will receive the opening kickoff from Kennedy, and Abu Kamara ready to put toe to leather and get this Battle of Bloomington underway. Back deep for the Jaguars. Blanchard and Robinson, and into the end zone. Beautiful kick there by Kamara. Cannot be returned in the high school game. So Jefferson will start from the 20. So you look at Trey Blanchard, very experienced guy. He'll stay out there with the first team offense. And they're led by senior quarterback Antonio Robinson. Tony, number 16 for Jefferson. And we'll see if that ground game can get going here, Brian. It's been a struggle at times this year, but they've got some guys back there who they will want to get involved as they set up in that familiar three-pronged attack. And up the middle of the first carry, we have a switch at quarterback here. Joe Carlson, the junior, number 14, is in to quarterback the Jaguars tonight. The first play does not get much as the Kennedy D-line stout up the middle.
Again, we mentioned in the pregame who can control the line of scrimmage tonight. Both of these teams, of course, run first, run second, sometimes even run third offenses. Nice job there by the Eagles to stuff that first one.
No gain to Trey Blanchard on first down. Carlson under center. They'll bring a man in motion. Nice pitch to the edge, and they've got something working on the far side. A first down and more. Pickup of 15. Jake Bodway, the junior, number 23, with a nice pitch to the outside and a first down for the Jaguars.
You know, Josh, we're going to sound like a broken record tonight, but again, it's the big plays and it's the running game that you're going to have to stop first. You're going to have to force Robinson and these Jags to throw the football offensively.
Officially a gain of 14. Beautiful pitch there by Carlson to the edge to spring Bodway to the outside there. fresh 4 for the Jaguars. Blanchard up the middle. Not much, and they're almost taking the football away as Kennedy, did they? It should be, looks like it should be simultaneous possession. That is how they're going to rule it here, but that was very close to just a straight takeaway by the Kennedy D-line and almost our first turnover.
Well, give credit to Blanchard, though. He's going to fight for every yard, every play. But again, he held on to that one, and of course, again, when it's a simultaneous possession, the tie goes to the offense, so to speak. So nice job by Blanchard. But again, now they're in 2nd and long here. They're putting their offense in a tough position.
Did not see the Eagle who almost made that play. It went for a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. They'll pitch to the outside. Matt DiBianchi trying to get to the corner, and he will not come close. Beautiful pursuit by Kennedy, led by the outside by number 20, Cullen Brown, from his defensive back spot, got out there quickly.
Yeah, Brown slicing into that backfield and bringing the Jags down for a loss there. As you take a look at the crowd, it's a packed house tonight, but again, now the Jaguars in 3rd and long, and for the Eagles, though, this is what you want. You want to put the football in Robinson's hands and make him make a tough throw. Especially
with Robinson out, Brian, and Carlson in the quarterback. We'll see what happens here on 3rd and 15. They fake the toss, a little swing route. They wanted Blanchard, and Jordan Stallings was all over that one. The pass incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Jaguars.
Nice job of Theo Sunder getting off the D-line and getting into the backfield there, causing a little trouble for Carlson. But again, the Eagles have been impressive here defensively, aside from that long Blanchard run, or rather long run by the Jags there. So nice job again by the Eagles to force a 4th down punt.
Back to punt for the Jaguars, Mitch Halliday. And deep for Kennedy, Jordan Williams standing right at about the 50. And again, Jefferson punting into the wind here, so it's going to be a factor on this kick. As you see it just grab a hold of the football, and it takes a backward roll there. It's going to be excellent field position for Kennedy at the Jaguar. Looks like about 43-yard line. That's where the Eagle offense will start, and we saw that the wind is a factor on that punt right there, no question about it.
Yeah, it's a windy night tonight. And again, that's probably going to be more a factor on special teams than in the passing game. Again, these two teams obviously run first offenses. So a tough break there for the Jags, but again, give the Eagles defensive credit. They're holding the Jags only to that one long gain, and see what their offense can do now.
Kennedy offense led by sophomore Trey Hearns. And the familiar number 8, Lexus Jones, back deep. They send McGaffey in motion here on 1st and 10. Inside of Jaguar territory, Jabarian crosses as well, and Jones, his first carry, brought down. Nice play defensively. Nate Wakely, the linebacker, made a nice ankle tackle.
That's what it's going to take to bring Jones down every opportunity you get. You cannot miss him. Usually you don't see him be taken down there by an ankle tackle, but give credit to Wakely and the Jags stopping the Eagles on 1st down. Again, putting Hearns and that offense in 2nd and long, 3rd and long is going to be a recipe for success.
Jones 2 weeks ago, 260-plus yards in a Kennedy win on the road. Last week held under 100 by the Prior Lake defense. He'll take the toss. He's got the corner. Jones to the outside, and he's tripped up by the last defender. Still a 1st down and more to the 31-yard line. Lexus Jones gets going for the first time tonight.
Yeah, he's going to be trouble if he can get to that 2nd level. As you see Hearns take the handoff and a nice pitch there to Jones, using his blockers, cutting up field. And again, just tripped up a little bit there, otherwise that could have turned into an even longer gain for the Eagles.
Gain of 11, 1st down, Kennedy to the Jaguar 31-yard line. Opening possession for Kennedy, just under 9 minutes left here, 1st quarter. Scoreless battle of Bloomington. Josh Powers, Brian Hawks, Paul Fournier, our entire BEC-TV crew on hand tonight. They'll fake it to Jones, end around, and it's Wakely again. His 2nd nice tackle off the edge. The junior for Jefferson doing the job defensively to stay home there.
Yeah, Wakely keeping himself in position to make a tackle and not being fooled by the misdirection on those play action fakes. And so it's a nice job there by the Jags. Again, they've given up a long run to Jones on the second to last one there, but they're doing a nice job against stopping that running attack at the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. They're officially correction, back at the 34, so 2nd and 13. They'll call it a loss of 3. See if Blanchard wants to throw, and he does. Slant route, and it is broken up. Beautiful coverage there. Matt Schrader was all over it, the senior cornerback for the Jaguars. Great inside technique there, Brian. Got that hand in and broke it up. It's exactly how you teach it.
Yeah, as you take a look there at Schrader. And again, usually Hearns puts the ball on target, and that one wasn't a bad throw, but again, give credit to Schrader. Maybe a little hand on the backside there, as Warren probably a little upset, but Schrader, a two-way player for the Jags, playing well defensively there on that one.
Yeah, when you get enough of that ball there with the offhand, they're not going to call that little wraparound most of the time. So nice play there by Schrader. 3rd and 13 for Kennedy. Outside of field goal range right now, so they toss, sweep it, and Jones is going to pick up a good chunk of it down to the 25. He'll be short of the first down by about 4 yards, but this now, Brian, will allow them to easily go for this 4th down and 4.
Yeah, again, Jones, 1,000-yard rusher last year, well on his way this season. Again, it's a pretty easy game when you can just toss it to that young man. As you see him take it, cut back upfield, and again, turn that 3rd and long into a 4th and short, and at least an opportunity to move the chains here on 4th.
He's already at about 600 yards rushing so far this year tonight, or excuse me, not tonight, this season, Brian. Be a heck of a first possession for Kennedy to rack up those kind of yards. Here we go, 4th and 4. They'll go up the middle, Jones, and he stays on his feet, and this is going to be really close. See where the officials running down the line here. They might need a measurement for this one.
Yeah, Jones has almost got
they
bumped forward, but
they don't need to measure. Jefferson will take over. Needed 4, only got 3.
Nice job by the Jags stopping Jones, getting off the field there on 4th down. See if that gives them a little momentum here offensively.
Has to be big. You give your opponents starting field position on your own side. You come away with a big 4th down stop. Again, credit that negative play, Brian, on 1st down. That set up that whole possession, backing Kennedy up. So the Jaguars take over. Carlson still out there at the quarterback again. They toss it to Blanchard on the left side. He's got room again on the left as he gets out to about the 30 for a gain of 8 on 1st down. That's 2 toss plays to that side and 2 pretty successful ones.
Yeah, Blanchard almost more of the speed back in that two-headed monster that the Jags call their running game with Blanchard and Rowell. And again, Blanchard pretty dangerous if he can get to the edge and turn the corner a little bit. He certainly has the speed to break a big one.
2nd and 2. Actually, mark his knee down at the 28, so officially 2nd and 4. Blanchard again on the left side. Tries to turn the corner, then he got turned back. Might have picked up a couple. He'll be shy of the line to make for the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and short for the Jaguars. Nice play on the edge there. Tyler Christensen came up with the tackle.
Yeah, without that Christensen bring down, that's a 1st down for the Jags. But again, Blanchard on that edge, he's tough to stop. So you have to get the Eagles, if they can get upfield, if they can shed a blocker, they have to be able to turn Blanchard back inside and force him back into the meat of that Eagle defense.
3rd and 1 for the Jaguars so far. Blanchard 4 carries here in the early going for 8 yards. They need only 1 here on this 3rd and short. Carlson under center. They'll just hand it right up the middle, and I don't think so. Believe they're going to be short. Christensen in on that tackle again, and they're going to have to measure for this one.
And from our vantage point, it's really tough to tell. Coach Leverage, of course, for the Jags, waving for a 1st down. I imagine he's a little biased, of course, but
take a look at this measurement here with 5:18 left 1st quarter. Jaguars trying to get their 2nd 1st down of the quarter. And it looks like they're going to be a little bit short. Interesting decision here, Brian. Early in the game, need a couple of feet. Leverin sends out the punt team. Doesn't necessarily mean a punt. Coach Leverin's known for a few tricks up his sleeve from time to time.
well, assuming this is a straight punt, this is the right decision this early in the game. You cannot give up field position like this to the Eagles if you didn't get it. It's always that risk-reward. Not a lot of reward if they want to get it.
Well, one thing to factor in, this punt is probably not going to go that far into the wind, so that would be one case to make to go for this as we get this punt off. And the wind will take hold of it, and it'll go out of bounds, or it'll roll dead at the 47. So you only gain about 26 yards there on that punt. So that's one reason that you could have made the case to go for it there. But I agree, Brian. Early in the game, you don't want to make a big mistake in your own territory, a big gamble that gives the other team life.
You know, in a battle of, again, these teams that run first and run first football, it's a game of field position. And again, you're gonna give up a chunk of yards here, you're gonna give up a chunk of yards there, but can you consistently keep field position on your side?
Kennedy started last possession in Jefferson territory. This time they're at their own 47. Hearns under center. Back to Jones on the ground, and he busts it off the right side. Lexus Jones might take it the distance. He will. Touchdown, Kennedy. 53 yards, no flags down. Kennedy strikes first in the Battle of Bloomington.
Lexus Jones, every time he touches the football, he's a risk to take it all the way. Nice job by Jones. Again, we've seen him break some long ones this season, using his blockers, weaving in and out of defenders there. And then at that point, it's just the speed. And what a combination, though, the power of Jones between the tackles. And when he makes it to the outside, he can take it all the way to the house.
Well, he was very close to stepping out of bounds there. I think it was a good call, though, in the end by the line judge on that side. It's the extra point. Abu Kamara, perfect. 7-0 Kennedy. And our first big play of the night, and you be the judge here on the sidelines. Did he stay in bounds or not? Good effort there. And we'll check the left foot. That one's in. The right foot. I don't know if that touched or not. That was blocked off there by the tackler, but I think you wouldn't be able to overturn that with instant replay. So we're going to give it to Lexus Jones as he takes a breather on the Kennedy bench.
Yeah, Jones, like we said, a power runner for the Eagles when he's running between the tackles. But again, with enough athleticism to break it to the outside. And we've seen him do that a handful of times here, not only on our BEC broadcast, but again, well on his way to 1,000 yards. He's a very dangerous football player.
5 carries for 77 yards, here in the early going already. First quarter numbers for Lexus Jones, highlighted by that 53-yarder. Abu Kamara with the wind here. Remember, his first kick went all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Can't ask for much better weather again, Brian. I know it's windy out there, but the conditions this fall have been perfect seemingly each and every Friday.
Yeah, it's football season, and again, we're certainly not complaining. It's maybe a little warm in the booth. It's a little warmer than we'd hoped for, but before you know it, we're going to be holding our coats and chilly up here. So.
Line drive. This will skip into the end zone. Second touchback for Abu Kamara and the Eagles. Can't complain when we got the polos going here in the evening time in October.
It's fall football weather for you. A little windy out there. I think most folks, you can see the hair blowing, and you glance onto the field, it leaves blowing right to left on your screen. So it'll benefit the Jags in the second half, but it doesn't help them going into the wind here in this first half.
Kennedy's brought the orange gear out tonight to cheer on the Eagles, to hopefully for their fans' sake, a second win of the year. Both teams with one victory this season. Carlson back out in the Jaguar offense, trying to tie things up. Long count here by the Jaguars. And Blanchard up the middle, gets turned back again, and a fumble! Picked up by Kennedy! Down to the 11-yard line. Theodore Sunder, he works so hard, and sometimes you get a gift from your teammates, and the ball popped right out to big 77, and he's got Kennedy in business again.
Yeah, Sunder, right place, right time. Give credit to that Eagles defense. And popped the ball out, and he almost looked like a kid in a candy store there when that one popped right in front of him and scoops it up for the Eagles' possession.
Kennedy, or Jefferson would argue here that forward progress stopped. It's a definite case to be made there, but it's not the way the officials saw it. First down at the just outside the 10-yard line for the Kennedy Eagles. trying to get 2 quick touchdowns here in the quarter. Jones, single setback, they'll fake it to him. Hearns to throw, but whistles will blow this play dead. Could be movement on the Kennedy line.
And this is one thing you cannot have in any South Suburban Conference game, regardless of who you're playing. You cannot go backwards with the football. Mental mistakes will kill you in this conference, as talented as it is.
And it's a motion penalty on Kennedy, their first penalty.
And again, in a matchup of run-first offenses, 1st and 15 is a heck of a lot longer than 1st and 10 sometimes.
First turnover of the night goes to the way of Kennedy, who just had a 53-yard touchdown on their last play from scrimmage. McGaffey in motion, joining Jabarian. He'll go now to the right. Nick Warren wide to the top of your screen. Jones off the left side, and he's tripped up. Good open field tackle. Jake Olszanowski brought down Jones after a short pickup.
Yeah, Olszanowski, one of the leaders in that linebacking core, he's going to have to come up big. Again, we saw Jones break that long one, 53 yards in their last possession. But if he can get in the backfield, if he can shed a block or two, it's going to be Olszanowski and Jones one-on-one, and he did a nice job there.
Just a pickup of 1 with under 4 to go, first quarter. Kennedy trying to go up by 2 touchdowns following a fumble and a recovery. Warren again wide to the top. Long count by Hearns. He's looking his way under pressure, and he will go down. And it's Wakely again with his third tackle. That one very close to a sack, although I don't think it'll go down in the books as a sack as the quarterback Hearns got back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, and let's call this a coverage sack of sorts. You saw Hearns looking for, looks like the slant. I couldn't tell who that was, but again, give credit to that Jaguar secondary, covering up all the receivers, and Wakely slicing in there, bringing down the big 6'4" Hearns.
Kennedy still can get a first down inside the 2 is where they'll need to take it. Ashland wide left, Warren wide right. And James Ellis is checked in. He'll be the slot receiver to the right side. Jones to the right of Hearns in the shotgun. They'll fake it to Ellis in a little sweep with Jones blocking out in front, and Hearns upended after a short pickup. And credit the Jaguar D. It looked like Tony Robinson came coming up to make this tackle for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Hearns using his legs. But again, give credit to those Jags. And if that's Robinson out there, number 16, of course, he's a heck of a linebacker for the Jaguars. Not only can throw it, but he can take down a quarterback also.
4th down and 11. And Kennedy will go for it. Kind of surprised by this. Abu Kamara, more than enough range. This is not that much further than an extra point, Brian. From here, they spotted at the 11. It's only about a 27, 28-yard field goal at the most here.
And even with the wind,
With the wind, it's only less than 10 yards longer than an extra point. So well within Kamara's range. We obviously saw him get a couple of kicks for touchbacks here. So we'll see if Coach Weinberger changes his mind following this timeout with 2:07 left in the quarter.
Sorry, Josh. I'm wondering if that's what they're talking about now. Confidence in Kamara, and can he put this one through the uprights? But again, the way Jones is running tonight, you know, you never know what they might try to do, and see if they can go to their bread and butter, see if they can get Jones into the end zone possibly.
The timeout was called by Kennedy, so they will have 2 left. John Leveren's trying to improve to 2 and 4, this season with a win tonight. Victory coming at Burnsville in week 1, snapping a long losing streak for the Jaguars after a winless 2010 campaign. 4th down, it appears they will still go for it. Remember, they can get a first down inside the 2. Shotgun for Hearns. He'll fade to fire, looking middle, and he's got his man open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Kennedy. Nick Warren coming up big.
Josh, we spotlighted them in that pregame. Again, if they're going to make a big play in the passing game, watch out for Nick Warren. Caught a 78-yard touchdown strike from Hearns last week. Catches another touchdown here. Nice post pattern into the end zone there, but give credit to Hearns. Usually throws a pretty good ball and didn't disappoint on that one. Puts up his first touchdown of the night.
Just waited that extra half second, Brian. Give the protection up front credit. Waited for that linebacker to cross in front of that slant. Warren left open on the backside. Abu Kamara up and good. The gamble pays off for Kennedy. They lead it now 14-0 as you watch the touchdown.
Again, Hearns, like you said, Josh, just waited that half second. An outstretched hand there, Wakely drops it right over there. Nick Warren, nice catch. Nice throw by Hearns. And the Eagles up early here on the Jags.
Great touch on that throw. Drop it over the linebacker, but enough on it so that Warren didn't run out of the back of the end zone. He was close back there as you watch it again. Just a little extra touch there from Trey Hearns. Right on the money there to Warren, who got more than a foot down. First completion of the night, and that's tough with this win to throw in. A heck of a gamble by Kennedy, but it pays off to the tune of a touchdown. Kamara's already got 2 touchbacks here in the first quarter. This one booted deep as well, and Blanchard will not be able to bring it out. So Jefferson will start at the 20, and Coach Leveren's probably hoping this quarter ends pretty soon so they can at least change sides. See Brandon Brinkhouse there, 77, that familiar Brinkhouse offensive lineman at number 77, third brother to come through the program. Last possession ended with a fumble. They'll try DiBianchi on this side, and he's able to turn the corner upfield and get about 3 before he's roped out of bounds.
You know, Josh, this is a big possession for these Jags. They have got to begin to establish themselves offensively, and I think it starts up front with that offensive line. We highlighted Seaberg, of course, in the open. You know, he's joined up there by Garlack, Beath, of course, 2 senior captains there on that offensive line. And they're going to have to force themselves to dominate that line of scrimmage.
They have not gotten much up the middle so far tonight. You know they want to change that. They'll try Blanchard this time, and this time he's able to fall forward, but there is a flag down. As Blanchard got a couple, maybe 2 or 3. We'll see what the flag is all about.
Waiting for this flag to come in, but nice job again by that offensive line, establishing themselves, moving that line of scrimmage. But unfortunately, that one's going to go against the Jags, and they're moving backwards.
See if we can pick up the movement on the line here. Might have been on the center. It's a bang-bang call. And again, that's in slow-mo too. See Blanchard falling forward there. He would have picked up 2 or 3. Would have been 3rd and short for the Jaguars. Now instead it's going to be 2nd, and they should back this up further. They will. Now they've got it re-spotted. Should be 2nd and about 11 for Jefferson following that penalty. And now we're ready for play. Minute 50 and counting, first quarter. 2nd and long for the Jaguars. Carlson to throw over the middle, and he has a man. Tyler Lundberg, beautiful throw and catch, and a first down for the Jaguars out to the 35.
You know, and I think that caught the Eagles off guard. Again, Joe Carlson, obviously a backup to Tony Robinson. Not sure why Robinson's not in there. We haven't got a report on that yet. But I don't think they expected Carlson to throw that on 2nd and long. Again, the way that the Jaguars are running the football all year long. Nice job by the Jags taking the Eagles off guard.
14-yard pickup as Lundberg in motion takes the pitch, and he is hit immediately. Flag down, Ricky Clifton all over that play. Maybe he got there a little too early, though. We'll check the flag on that side of the field. Almost like he was in the Jaguar huddle there. He knew that play was coming off the edge. Did he get a jump start, though? No, instead it's a motion penalty on Jefferson. They could easily decline this here.
Procedure penalty on Jefferson.
Beautiful play by Ricky Clifton, who we've seen at the wide receiver spot for Kennedy this year. Watch him explode off the edge, Brian.
Yeah, Clifton, you'll see him on the far side of the screen. They're just slicing in. And wow, cutting him down at the knees there. Nice job, and I imagine they would decline that.
It's definitely the right call. It was a loss of 3.
They'll take the down,
Yeah. Basically a down penalty there. Beautifully done by Clifton. 2nd and 13. We'll have more whistles before this one can get started. .117 left, first quarter. Kennedy trying for another win against Jefferson in recent years. The Jaguars so dominant throughout the 80s, 90s, but Kennedy is beginning here in 2000 or so. They have picked up the slack, and this rivalry is under pressure. Nice completion. Trey Blanchard, midfield, 40, inside the 40, wrestled out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of almost 30 and a first down into Kennedy territory for the first time.
What a throw by Carlson, not the biggest guy, 5'10", a $150, and with big Theo Sunder bearing down on him. Nice job to find Blanchard, and again, getting on the edge. Blanchard is very, very dangerous, whether he takes it on off of a handoff or, of course, through the air. Getting it to that athlete, that's going to certainly bode well for the Jaguar offense.
29 yards on the completion. Jefferson doing it through the air on this drive. They're inside the Kennedy 40. Blanchard in motion. He'll take the toss again left. Nice cut back. Blanchard, open field, down the sideline. He will take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Jefferson.
Like we just said, Josh, Trey Blanchard, the athlete that he is, whether he takes it on from the backfield or catching it through the air, Blanchard can take it the distance on any given night. So nice job. Again, Carlson, something as simple as a center quarterback exchange, gathers it, and then Blanchard, beautiful cut up field, and using his blockers, weaving in and out of there. And again, it's just a race to the finish there. Blanchard put 6 on the board for the Jags.
He's usually going to win those races. The extra point up and good from the Jefferson kicker, Charlie Fitch. There you see him, number 9. 7 points on the board for the Jaguars. Big plays on that drive. And the 39-yarder from Blanchard capping that drive for 6.
You know, Josh, and we talked about it too. Again, that was a big possession for the Jags.
It
Down
really was,
14, nothing in that first quarter. They had to establish the run game. Seaberg up front, Garlick up front, Beef. That big offensive line for the Jags doing a nice job creating running lanes for Blanchard. And the Jags answering. I like it. The Battle of Bloomington, John. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get a battle. Coach Weinberger probably not hoping for a battle after his first 2 touchdowns, but Jefferson striking quickly there. Beautiful atmosphere with the pride of Minnesota. Playing the familiar Jaguar fight song on a fall night. Does not get much better here in the city of Bloomington. Kennedy will receive for the first time, and Brian, with still 35 seconds left in this quarter, Jefferson will be kicking into this wind. So that will help out Kennedy. Not that they tried to let Jefferson score but before the end of the quarter break, obviously, but fortunate that it happened before the end of the first quarter of play. Just going to toss a new football in there.
And with the way the wind is blowing, I'm wondering if they might even try to not kind of squib this one down the middle even.
Yeah, the return men are already at the 15-yard line. Gives you kind of an indication of the wind factor that is blowing pretty hard from your right to left as you look at it tonight. Jefferson kickoff specialist Tim Larson. Kennedy started drives at midfield or beyond here as you see a nice high kick allowing the coverage to get downfield. And it'll end up with a short return. You can't ask for much more than that for Jefferson into that wind as you see the return there from Cullen Brown to at least pin Kennedy inside the 30 to start out with.
Yeah, and then almost more of a a punt strategy there. Get it up high, let your coverage get down underneath. And nice job, again, considering the way that wind is blowing. Actually not real bad field position.
So Kennedy will start out. Remember, the last drive ended on downs in Jefferson territory. Might be the final play of the first quarter. Some big plays already and 3 touchdowns on the board. Hoping you're out there enjoying this one tonight on BEC-TV. Jabarian in motion. Here's the throw from Hearns, far side, and a diving catch. Caught by Jabarian at the 48-yard line for a pickup of 20. Beautiful grab by the Kennedy running back out of the backfield.
Hearns to Jabarian. Wow, and what a throw. That's 2 nice, beautiful passes that we've seen Trey Hearns lay in there. But give credit to Jabarian. Goes down and digs it up out of the dirt almost. As you see Hearns drop back, plants his feet and fires that one. Beautiful job by our BEC camera crew. And Jabarian, outstretched hands. Nice job to get his right hand underneath that one.
Yeah, no need to even, if they even had replay, you wouldn't even look at that one. That was a clean catch. Here's Jones with a run into the open field. Lexus Jones with 1 man to beat. Tackled inside the 5. Great hustle by Tony Robinson to save the touchdown as the first quarter comes to an end, but a 51-yard run by Jones as he busts it free again.
Again, Jones, his second 50-plus yard run in that first quarter. Every time he touches the football, this young man can take it the distance. Again, takes a handoff from Hearn, in, out, in, out. A nice stiff arm there on the Jaguar secondary, and then it's a race to the finish. Looks like that might be Schroeder taking him down there. And
beg your pardon, you're right, Brian. Robinson was hustling too, but Matt Schrader, number 3, with the hustle play to momentarily save the touchdown. We're going to send it down to the 3rd member of our crew, Paul Fournier, down on the sidelines. Paul.
Thanks, Josh. It's homecoming night here for Jefferson on this wonderful evening. So we're going to meet some of the people who are involved with homecoming. Just tell us who you are, the role you have, and some activities you are involved in at Jefferson.
My name is Brooke Hendricks. I'm one of the senior ambassadors this year. At Jefferson, I'm co-president of the National Honor Society. I'm an officer of the Jefferson Connection. I play tennis. I'm a Pathfinder, and I'm in PFC.
My name is Arthur Harris. I am also one of the senior ambassadors on the homecoming court. I am co-captains of the debate, speech, and science Olympiad teams. I am on the varsity soccer and tennis teams, and I am on student council.
Thanks, guys. Back up to you, Josh.
Thanks, Paul. A lot of Jefferson students very active tonight, and we've got some senior salutes. Remember, we're spotlighting Jefferson seniors because the Jaguars are at home. You've got our first senior spotlight tonight.
Let's take a look at Brian Alm. We highlighted him in the pregame as one of the players to watch on the outside, a 5'11", 165-pound wide receiver. Favorite food is Chipotle. I think we all can agree with that.
We'll get back to Alm here. Kennedy's going to run this play, 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle, and they will score. Touchdown, Kennedy. On the first play of the second quarter. The Eagles strike quickly again, another quick scoring drive, and it looked like that time, I believe it was James Ellis getting into the end zone for the Eagles.
Again, that Eagles running attack. Jones brings them all the way down to the promised land, or on the doorstep there. And then the Eagles punch it in. Second rushing touchdown along with that Hearns touchdown pass. So nice job of the Eagles. They're playing well offensively.
Lauren, the holder for Abu Kamara, and the kick is up and good. Another quick Kennedy scoring drive, punctuated by this 1-yard touchdown run right up the middle.
It takes the handoff inside, and looks like that's Jones,
yeah,
rather.
Jones. I saw the 8, and I thought it might be 2-8, but Jones got that breather after the quarter break and right back in to finish off the touchdown drive for Kennedy. Let's get back to Brian Alm. We're talking about the senior wide receiver for Jefferson, number 11.
Yeah, I mentioned his favorite food being Chipotle. There's a lot of us out there, I think, that can agree with that. Your favorite movie or TV show, Jersey Shore, as controversial as that is in some circles. Very, very popular amongst the young folks out there. And favorite football memory is 6th grade. He was BAA champions. So Brian
BAA
Alma
championship. BAA right here at Bloomington Stadium. He's got good memories.
So Brian Alma, of course, a champion, plans to head out to college next year. And advice for some young players out there: be sure to play high school football. The memories that you can gain from that, you'll take with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Brian Alm for Jefferson. Kennedy will kick to the Jaguars. They'll go with the win here in the second quarter. They'll fumble that one initially. Sebastian Mana, the junior defensive back, picks it up, number 1. And he scoots out across the 30, or just about to the 30-yard line. Jefferson will start with it there. How about Kennedy responding after that Jaguar touchdown drive? Did not take them very long. A quick pass to midfield, a long run by Lexus Jones, just a 3-play scoring drive there for Kennedy. So we'll see if Jefferson can counter. Carlson under center, Blanchard behind him. DiBianchi in motion, they'll fake it to him. Carlson, open man over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Bodway out of the backfield. He was lined up on as the split end on the right. He had him open, Brian. It was a tough fit in there and was maybe deflected incomplete.
I like the idea that Coach Leverage is putting the football in Carlson's hands, though. Carlson, of course, more inexperienced than Robinson, and puts a nice one out there. But again, defended well. Maybe it was just tipped at the last second, but Carlson putting the ball in the air. I like it.
It was a catchable ball. DiBianchi to the pitch on second down, and he's got the corner. DiBianchi open field. Dragged down inside the Kennedy 40. They have found something on that far side of the field, Brian. That's the third toss to that far side that has gone for big yards. This time a pickup of 23.
Yeah, when they're on this near hash, it seems like they're running that toss sweep as you see Carlson flip it out there to DiBianchi and then just racing and weaving in between defenders. Nice job there, and you'll see Dante Allen come slashing out of the side of your screen there and dragging him down, but big gain there for the Jaguars.
Correction, not 23, 29 on that pickup as they'll go to the air again. And a completion, Carlson on target with that one, and looks like Bodway able to hang on to that one and a good pickup on first down.
And I like what they're doing with Carlson. They're not making him throw the football at length. It's simply short passes, let's get the ball out, let's get it to our playmakers. This time Carlson with just this simple little toss down the line of scrimmage gets it to Bodway, and a nice cut up field, able to hang on to it. Finally drugged to the ground there, close to a first down.
2nd and 2, pickup of 8 to pass. Carlson again under pressure. He is sacked. Theodore Sunder, who else gets the sack, but heavy pressure from some of the other guys up front blew the play up.
Yeah, Coach Leverage maybe going to the well one too often there. Nice job by the Eagles defense to get back there, and Carlson really with no chances, finally taken down there by big Theo Sunder for a loss.
There's a 3-step drop. Dante Allen, the first Eagle in there, really disrupted that play. 3rd and 7 after the loss of 5. And in motion, nice sidestep there, but not enough for the first down. Tyler Lundberg got a couple here, and you're in 4-down territory, you would think here, or close to it. Brian Hawks, as you're at about the 35, 34-yard line is where they'll spot this one. 4th and 5 coming up, and the Jaguar offense will stay out there.
Well, with Carlson and the way he's throwing the ball and the way that Coach Leverage is putting him in positions to have success, I like the fact that they're going for this. I think this is a very doable 4th down.
4th and 5, they need just inside the 40. The slant route is intercepted. Ricky Clifton came up to pick it off. They lost about 5 yards of field position with the interception, but I don't think they're going to mind. Nice diving pick by Ricky Clifton. 2nd Jaguar turnover of the half.
Yeah, give credit to Clifton, just knifed in there. Able to grab that Carlson throw, a little out front possibly. But again, on 4th down, I guess all in all, whether that was an incompletion, that actually works out in the Jaguars' favor in that regard.
Watch Clifton come up from his quarterback spot and jumped that route. Pass a little bit out in front of the target. But a better play there by Clifton for the pick. Kennedy takes over. Already up 2 touchdowns and right back to number 8. As he gets out across the 30-yard line, maybe the 31, 32. Big Lexus Jones. How about his first half, Brian? Already over 100 yards. Get his official totals, 9 carries. It's a guy that can carry it 25, 30 times for you if you need him to. It's Clifton with the pick. A couple of nice defensive plays by him so far tonight. Jones again. Right up the middle, breaking tackles. Gets out to the 35, maybe the 36. 3rd and 2, a long 2 coming up for the Jaguars, or for the Eagles, excuse me.
And that's Jones. Very tough to stop. If he can get into that second level, get into that linebacking core and into that secondary, making the safeties come up and play the football, I think it's going to be a long night for the Jags. Of course, Jones already over 100 yards here in this first half. And with 8 minutes on the clock, he's in for a big night.
3rd and 2. Jones already over 120 yards on 10 carries. He might get number 11 tonight. He will as he dances it, cuts it outside. And he will have it up for the first down. Nice piece of running there by Jones, Brian. It was not a clear path up the middle, but the senior danced around and picked up 4 and a first down.
You know what, and that's a trait you cannot teach. You cannot teach this vision there. Again, the play's blown up in the backfield, and Jones just trying to avert a tackle for a loss, picks up the first down. Again, something you cannot teach.
Here's the Kennedy sidelines, 1st and 10. Under 8 minutes left, first half. Kennedy up 21-7. 38-yard line, Hearns, 3-step drop, nobody open, he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down at the 45-yard line. Nice open field tackle there from Jake Olsonowski. Pickup of 5 for Trey Hearns. I like how he made that decision quickly, Brian. Nobody was open, didn't dawdle in the pocket, just went straight up field to get some positive yards.
Yep, he had one option, was covered up. He took off running, using his legs. Hearn, a 6'4", 210-pound quarterback, only a sophomore, playing well here in his first season at the big level. He's made nice decisions all season long. All the games that we've broadcast and all the folks that have followed him, very impressed with his quarterback play this season.
Pickup of 7 for Hearns to the 45, 2nd and 3. And Jones carry number 12, and he'll be brought down in the backfield. Olsonowski was also there with Noah Larson to bring down Jones, and a loss on the play.
And that's controlling the line of scrimmage. The defensive line for the Jaguars, as you'll see, just simply gets into the backfield way too early. The Eagles have got to shore up that line of scrimmage. But again, give credit to Larson blowing up that play and bringing Jones down for a loss. Not easy to do.
Those are the kind of negative plays the Jaguar defense really needs to cause tonight. They want to stay into it because it really sets Kennedy off schedule. 3rd and 6. Hearns in the shotgun. He'll look this side, and he'll step up and throw, man, wide open, Jabarian. Midfield and down to the 46. Hearns went through his options. Jabarian leaked open out of the backfield in a pickup of 9 and a first down for Kennedy.
And that's Hearns, again, making smart decisions. He probably could have taken off and gained a few yards on the ground using his legs. But as you'll see here, takes a snap. It's not open downfield. He'll simply check it down to Jabarian and picks up that first down. Nice job by the Eagles moving the football on this drive.
Hearns now 3 for 4. That gain officially went for 13. Beg your pardon there. 13 on a first down for the Jaguars at the 46 as Jabarian trots in motion. Back to Jones on the ground. Maybe a yard there. Good interior push there by the Jaguar D-line. Did not give up any room. Leading the charge there was number 44, Nate Howard. The senior making that tackle.
Nice job by Howard to wrap him up early. And again, you're almost going to have to gang tackle Jones. He doesn't get brought down by one defender very often. So nice job by the Jaguars bringing him down only for a short game.
Second quarter clock continues to roll. 5:10 left. Kennedy already some big plays in or out to 3 first-half touchdowns. Jones on the toss. Gets to the edge and then is turned back. Good team defense there. Sebastian Manna turned him back inside. Olsenoski was waiting for him, and they limited that gain.
Yeah, like you said, Josh, getting upfield, turning Jones back inside to the rest of the defense there. That was the key on that one. And again, another short gain, putting him in 3rd and long. So this is a recipe for success. Like I said, with these run-first football teams, you have got to stop them on 1st and 2nd and force them into 3rd and long.
No gain on that play, 3rd and 9. Warren wide to the bottom of your screen. Javarian also split out in the slot. Hearns looking that way, but he won't get a chance to let it go. He is sacked. Olsenoski and Howard combining for that sack, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give credit to the Jaguars secondary. Probably a coverage sack there. Hearns wanting to go to Warren downfield, covered by Schrader. Nice job by the Jaguars, and again, the defensive line there just collapsing in on Hearns and bringing him down. Not an easy guy to bring down, again, 6'4", 210 pounds. As you'll see, looking downfield, wanting to throw it deep, but the Jaguars bringing Hearns and slamming him to the paint.
Good defensive sequence there. The rush is on. Kennedy gets the punt away. Remember, into the wind here, but it'll take an eagle bounce. Pretty good kick, all things considered there. As Abu Kamara touches it down inside the 23-29 left for Jefferson here in the first half. You know they would love to head to the locker room following an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, it's nice to have the football back here and turning those Eagles away, especially going with the win. If they can get it down, Carlson is throwing the football well tonight, although he did throw that interception on 4th down. I like what they're doing with him and the way that Blanchard's running. If they can get him to the outside again, he can take it all the way.
They're at least more balanced tonight, which is good to see. Here's a throwback to DiBianchi, wide open, incomplete.
Wow.
Oh, the halfback pass was available. Ryan Gilmer streaking down the field all alone, and the win might have been the difference between 6 points on the board for the Jaguars there, as that one just sails over the fingertips of the senior wide receiver.
You know, and I had a chance to watch Gilmer on that one from the snap. And he got out, of course, behind the secondary there. Nice call by Coach Leverage, but I think Gilmer almost slowed up a bit, not thinking that the ball is going to make it there. And before you know it, it sails in the wind just beyond him.
Opportunity missed for Jefferson on this inside handoff on 2nd and 10. A minimal gain there. It'll bring up 3rd down as they gave it to the outside backer, Tyler Lundberg. Got maybe 3, 3rd and 7 coming up. You hate to miss out on those kind of opportunities. You don't get them that often if you're the Jaguars. You have to cash in. See if they can convert in this 3rd and 7. Remember, Kennedy still with 2 timeouts, 2:50 and counting here first half. Lundberg motion. Carlson wants to throw as he rolls out and fires. It's caught. Nice move upfield. Trey Blanchard. A first down. He's still on the move. All the way to the 44. What a catch and run by the senior. A flag is down, and I think it's a face mask on Kennedy. What a play by Trey.
There you go again. Carlson putting himself in a position to be successful with a short pass to Blanchard. Get the football to your playmakers. And Blanchard takes it upfield, but it looks like it may be coming back, unfortunately.
Well, I thought it was a face mask. It looked like it was maybe on the block out here. We'll take a look at it. Great individual effort by Blanchard. This should have been probably a loss of a couple of yards. He turns it upfield. That might have been where the flag came in on that block, which negated a terrific play by the Jefferson senior to get a first down.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Jags, especially going into halftime here, trying to gain a little momentum. Down 2 touchdowns. Tough break for them.
It's a spot foul. The illegal block happened upfield, so they'll mark off the 10 yards. So the ball will be pushed back to the 14. It'll be 3rd and right at about 14. clock now will wind on the ready for play, 2:30 and counting. Wide receiver coming to the line of scrimmage, Marquise Chaparro, number 84. Little play out of the backfield. Lots of open room. Trey Blanchard with a convoy of blockers. Cuts it back to the 25-yard line. And this one will stand. How did he get so wide open out of the backfield? What a play again. On 3rd and long, the Jaguars convert for big yards.
Again, it's Carlson getting the football out early. Pressure there by Allen, breaking up on the line of scrimmage there, but gets it out to Blanchard, and then the speed. And then watch right here, just a little juke, a little jive, gains another 15 yards. Nice job by Blanchard and the Jaguars driving here in this late second quarter. Wow.
60 yards on that pickup to Trey Blanchard. That's got to be a breakdown in coverage, you'd think, Brian. I mean, that is just a simple swing route out of the backfield that was pretty much thrown immediately from Jefferson. And yet that side of the field was absolutely vacated. You see Abu Kamara coming on the blitz, and that left everybody out in the open as far as the Eagles were concerned, and Blanchard exploited it to the tune of 60 yards.
You know, we're not sure exactly what coverage they had on there, but again, with Kamara coming on the blitz, you saw Allen in the backfield early. I'm guessing that's a breakdown, like you said, in coverage. A safety's supposed to come up and cover Blanchard, but the speed and just the fact that Carlson got it out right away. Get the ball to Blanchard and racing upfield.
Second senior salute of the night, Brian Hawks. Nick Schubert, the linebacker, number 15. Let's hear about him.
Yeah, Schubert, a 5'10", 180-pound linebacker here for the Jags. Been playing football for 10 years, all the way back since he was in 3rd grade. Favorite food is steak. On his iPod right now, Jason Aldean. Favorite movie or TV show, Prison Break. Not on the air anymore. One of my personal favorites from a few years ago. Favorite football memory was this year, beating Burnsville, week 1, getting their first win in over a year.
Looking for win number 2, Blanchard up the middle. Schubert wants to go to college. Says he also likes history buff, and he wants to always work hard. That's his advice to younger players. Nick Schubert for the Jaguars. Still plenty of time here in the half for Jefferson. 1:40 and counting. Remember, the Jaguars still with 3 timeouts. 2nd and 7. DeBianchi in motion. They'll toss it to him as he tries to get around Sunder, and will to the edge. And he is out of bounds to stop the clock very near the marker. And we hope he's okay over there. Gets up, little shaken up, and he might need the trainer to come out. Got wrestled down kind of awkwardly over there, Brian. See what we can figure out what happened.
Yeah, the Jags, when they've had the football on the near hash mark from where we're broadcasting from up atop Bloomington Stadium here, as you see.
Ouch. Ooh.
Let's hope he's okay, and maybe that's just a twisted knee of sorts.
Yeah, just the way he fell was kind of awkward there.
And dragged down there. Let's, again, hope he is okay. The Jags having success, though, with that toss sweep to the far side.
DeBianchi tonight with 4 carries for 44 yards. For 34 yards, excuse me, including that 29-yarder back in earlier in the half. And hopefully his night's not done. He'll jog off gingerly. We'll see if he can return. He's a key guy back there in the backfield. Not just blocking, but also carrying the football. DeBianchi for the Jaguars. 3rd and a short 2 officially. 4-down territory for the Jaguars. Blanchard motion, they'll toss it to him this side. He's got the corner again, and he slips down. Got inside the 15 to the 14. It's a Jaguar 1st down pickup of 4. The clock will temporarily stop with 1:20 to go.
And again, that toss sweep, this time coming to the near side. And Blanchard, very dangerous if he can get outside. Nice job by the wide receiver turned defensive back Nick Warren to turn him back upfield and into that meat of that Eagles defense.
Minute 10 and counting. Jefferson still plenty of time. 3 timeouts and only 14 yards to go. Here's a little toss out of the backfield and a huge hit on the edge. In fact, incomplete. Dante Ward absolutely lit up the receiver, Sid Tikalski, out of the backfield there, number 42. Check out this hard hit coming right at you.
Yeah, Carlson just getting the football out early, but Allen right there and slamming his helmet into the chest, dragging him down for an incomplete pass. Nice job by Allen, who's the leader on that in that linebacking core for the Eagles.
Those are the kind of tackles that coaches will feature in their film session. This is how you got to do it. Helmet right into the chest. Break up that pass. Beautifully done there by Dante Allen. Carlson on the rollout, man wide open. A juggling catch for the touchdown. Marquise Shepero with the score. The Jaguars cut this lead in half.
That's a breakdown in the Eagles secondary. Shepero wide open. No one within 10 yards of Shepero. Carlson doing a nice job. 3-step drop, fires it in there, and the Jaguars get on the board. What a drive here at the end of this second quarter. Wow.
And for the extra point, Fitch. How about Carlson in this first half? He hasn't thrown the ball downfield at all, but he has been on target. He's found the open guy. He's made some big plays. He's 5 out of 9 for well over 100 yards in this first half, and he caps that touchdown drive on a possession that went 81 yards, Brian Hawks, in just under a minute and a half, or just over a minute and a half, and still 54 seconds left for Kennedy to counter here at the end of this half.
Give credit to Carlson, though. Again, on the long, or short pass, rather, to Blanchard, the long run after the catch. Again, Carlson found him on that hot read, reading the blitz, getting the football out early, getting it to his playmakers, and then, of course, on the touchdown pass, taking advantage of a missed coverage for the Eagles. He'll take it every time, every day of the week. Carlson will take that. Nice job by him to lead these Jags down and put them down within only one touchdown.
Trey Blanchard has been big in this half. Carlson, 5 out of 9, 124 yards and a touchdown here in this first half. And Blanchard has been making big plays, over 50 yards running the football, and obviously that 60-yard catch, he's got 2 catches for 89 yards, in this first half. Blanchard well over 100 all-purpose yards in this first half of play, and Larson will have the benefit of kicking with the wind here, going this direction. Kennedy still 2 timeouts, 54 seconds to work with. Nice kick, and that'll go well into the end zone. Seen every kick on that side go into the end zone for a touchback so far. The kickers have been perfect with the wind, taking advantage of it. What do you expect here from Kennedy? 54 seconds to go. You don't want to make a mistake. Remember, you're still in the lead here for Kennedy, and you're going into the wind. On the flip side, though, Jefferson with 3 timeouts left. Maybe thinks about getting aggressive here if you can stop a first down, maybe a second down play and use those timeouts. They could even get another possession here.
Yeah, I think it's very telling what they'll run here on first down, which Coach Weinberger has up his sleeve, if anything.
Burns will go into the shotgun on first down. Haven't seen a lot of this on first down. They will hand it to Jones. He's got room on the near side. Lexus Jones out to the 37. Pickup of 17. That'll stop the clock temporarily. 15th carry of the half for Jones, which is nothing new if you follow Kennedy. This guy will carry it. You can put him down for a good 25, 30 carries every night, seemingly. Clock now on the move, 42 seconds and counting. Jones will flip position there on the opposite side of Trey Hearn. Hearn's shotgun, they'll hand it to him, identical play. And he's got room on the near side again. A flag flies as he goes out of bounds. It would be a first down if it stands, but it might be in the area of holding.
Yeah, it looks like the Eagles know it as they walk backwards from where they started from. But I like the way that Jones has been running the football. And that will be a holding call against the Eagles. Running hard in the first half. Broke, of course, a couple of long ones. 2 touchdowns on the board for him, but 30 seconds to play. It'll be interesting. Only 1 timeout for the Eagles. See how Coach Weinberger plays this.
Both teams with 2 penalties here in the first half. They were in good position there after that run. If that had counted, they were into Jefferson territory. Still a half minute to go. Now you're backed up inside your own 30. That one might have put any thought to bed of going for some points here at the end of the half, barring a big play. Clock will wind, so it has restarted. Burns shotgun. They'll fake the same play this time and give it to Ellis, but the Jaguar defense not fooled. As that goes for a loss, and that should be the end of our first half. Jefferson will not use the remaining timeouts. We will go to the locker room. Brian Hawks, entertaining first half, some big plays both sides. 5 touchdowns on the board. It's been fun to watch. Both teams still in it, although Kennedy does lead 21-14.
Yeah, again, the battle of Bloomington. You throw out all the records, you're always going to get a good one here when Kennedy and Jefferson take on themselves here at Bloomington Stadium. And again, I think we have a second half in store that's going to be pretty exciting. Jones, Blanchard, battle of the running backs here.
Big plays in the first half. There's your halftime score. Kennedy 21-14. Stick around at halftime. We'll have the pride of Minnesota, the Jaguar football marching band, the Colleens, the flags, the choir, the drums, the homecoming festivities, and a partridge in a pear tree all coming up here at the half. Stick around on BEC-TV. Hope you're enjoying the Battle of Bloomington. Brian and I will be back for some first half thoughts, get you set for the second half of play. The Battle of Bloomington, it's on the line tonight. Kennedy by 7 at the break.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2011 Jefferson High School Homecoming Celebration. A very special welcome back to all Jefferson alumni who are with us tonight. And now, please welcome the 2011 Jefferson High School Football Marching Band. Band takes the field. Tonight's halftime show features music from the classic rock era. To get things started, here's Mr. Fretland and the band with the Kansas classic, Carry On Wayward Son. Now we'd like to bring the Bloomington Colleens onto the field. They will be performing their hip-hop routine.
No, I ain't done yet. East Coast, West Coast, down south, represent your coast. Yeah, we run this, and yeah, we run this. Wanna pull my head, break my back. For the right money, we gon' do it like that.
I'm the bomb like tick, tick.
Feel like money, man, I feel like money attracted to me. They come around like honey, they come around like honey. 'Cause I fly like a bee, man, I got 'em all buzzing. When I come around, round, they go. Yeah, when I come around, round, they go. When I step in your town, they go. Yeah, it's going down. Man, a monster. Nobody wants to see more, so more they want shady. I'm trying to live. Who you want shady? This is what I get. So I'm complicated. So the FCC won't let me be. Let me be me, so let me see. Try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. This looks like a top of me, so everybody just follow me. 'Cause we need a little controversy, 'cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. 'Cause we need a little controversy, 'cause it feels so empty without me.
Next, the Flags will dazzle you with their flashy routine to another classic rock favorite, American Woman. please welcome the Jefferson Connection Choir singing the theme song from this year's homecoming. Here is the show choir performing the Van Morrison original, Moon Dance.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies.
And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low.
And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. And all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I want to spend time with you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run.
When you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own.
And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. And all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
Always anxiously awaited at our annual homecoming show is the drumline feature performance. Here is the 2011 drumline under the leadership of Captain Matthew Dells and Assistant Captain Kelly Lorton performing their featured composition, Just the Tip. And now it's time to introduce your 2011 homecoming court. We'll begin with the freshman attendance. Our freshman attendants are Mr. Shamazat and Miss Bailey Edblum Petruska. Our sophomore attendants are Mr. Arjan Rabintharan and Miss Kiana Kalihi. Our junior attendants are Mr. Dan Trevino and Miss Alex Ebner. Our senior ambassadors are Mr. Arthur Harris and Miss Brooke Hendricks. And now for our senior court, ladies first. Miss Allie Brecklin, Miss Eliza Zachary, Miss Sammy Grovey, and Miss Joni Weatherhead. And our senior gentlemen, they are Mr. Nathan Howard, Mr. Andre Rowell, Mr. Joe Staggy, and Mr. Kenlong Tran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2011 Jefferson High School Homecoming King and Queen. Our homecoming king is Mr. Brian Auld, and our homecoming queen is Miss Jenna Mueller. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is your 2011 Jefferson High School Homecoming Court. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 Jefferson High School Football Marching Band.
Personal foul, inactive activities on a glorious day. Huh? Let's get out there and play!
Sweet.
Ooh, freeze!
When do I get to be in? Uh-oh.
Hey, Reggie, frozen people can't talk.
PLA!
An hour a day.
I'm in. There are lots of great play ideas online, but don't stay too long.
Back for the second half here. The Battle of Bloomington 21-14. Kennedy leads Jefferson. Josh Powers, Brian Hawks, Paul Fournier, our entire BEC-TV crew out on a homecoming night here for Jefferson, and the Jaguars taking the field for the second half with the folks from BAA forming the tunnel for them and hoping that one day maybe they could run out onto Bloomington Stadium Field for a homecoming night. Beautiful night for football. The wind has died a little bit from the start of the game. Josh Powers, Brian Hawks with you in our BEC-TV booth. Jefferson will kick against the wind here to start the second half, trailing by a touchdown. First half featuring 5 scores combined and a bunch of big plays that we'll talk more about. This kickoff is muffed by the return man, and they will not get very far there. Cullen Brown had a little bit of difficulty with it, will not make it back to the 20. And that's where Kennedy will start up a touchdown. Jefferson with momentum there, Brian. They scored late in the half to cut a 14-point lead in half.
Yeah, give credit to Joe Carlson. Again, a junior quarterback coming in for some of his early action here this season. And Carlson making some nice throws, putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers. Threw a touchdown in that first half, got a long one to Blanchard, obviously, in that second quarter. And so the Jags doing a nice job offensively.
He's 5 out of 9 for 124 yards and a touchdown. Kennedy's attack has featured the ground game. No surprise there, Lexus Jones, 16th carry of the night here, first of the half. And number 8 takes it right to about the 20. First half stats for Lexus, 15 carries, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the South Suburban Conference's leading rusher.
Like we said in that first half, Jones no stranger to 25, 30 carries, even 35 carries some evenings here this season. Again, over 260 yards 2 weeks ago, 2 touchdowns in that game, and potentially well on his way to a 250-yard game tonight.
Trey Blanchard's had a monster night too, 51 yards on the ground, 89 yards through the air for Trey, and a touchdown, helping the Jaguars stay close. 2nd and 8. Trey Hearns under center, sophomore. In motion, Eric Jabarian. Right back to Jones, slips through the crease in the middle. Not much more there, though. After he got out to the 23, maybe the 24, brought down there by a host of Eagles. 3rd down and medium coming up for Kennedy on a big first possession of this second half.
Had a chance to eye Zach Mobin, one of their senior captains on that offensive line, doing a nice job there, holding his block, allowing Jones to find a seam there and gaining positive yardage. But give credit to the Jaguars, putting the Eagles in a 3rd down situation, trying to get off the field here early in this 3rd quarter.
3rd and 5. Jaguar D is not forced a 3 and out yet tonight. Trey Hearns in the first half for Kennedy, 3 out of 4 for 46 yards and a touchdown. That was a big completion, remember, on 4th down outside of the 10. And Kennedy will have to burn a timeout. Did not like the setup there. So they will take a timeout. 10:05 left. 3rd quarter in a tight battle of Bloomington. So you look at this overflow crowd. We have a senior spotlight. Who better to spotlight tonight, Brian Hawks, than a guy who's had a monster first half, Trey Blanchard.
Yeah, their star player, number 20, their running back, sometimes playing both ways in that secondary too, of course. Blanchard been playing football since he played in the Richfield Football League. His favorite food, pizza and tacos. Favorite TV show, Tom and Jerry and the cartoons.
That's old school.
And as he says, they are the bomb. Favorite football memory, his first varsity game, scoring 3 touchdowns for Jefferson.
Likes to watch on Thursday night. He likes to watch Friday Night Lights, popular TV show or movie. Take your pick there. And he plans for next year. He got to get accepted to a Division I college. Wants to go to the SEC, maybe LSU, Georgia. Some excellent football traditions down there. Trey Blanchard having a big night already. A touchdown over 100 yards, all-purpose. Here's the toss to Jones. 3rd and 5, and they will not pick it up. Wrapped up in the backfield. Good pursuit. Led by number 15, Nick Schubert, who we talked about earlier tonight as well. 4th down. Kennedy sends out the punt team.
That's the key to getting the Eagles and Lexus Jones there, as you saw, running off the field, getting them off of the field. On 3rd down, you have to be able to get into the backfield against these guys. Make Jones turn it back upfield into the teeth of that defense. Nice job there by the Jaguars.
Nate Howard also went on that stop, and they almost blocked that punt with Schrader, he got a great rush. Beautiful kick as it goes out of bounds with the wind, of course, helping, but still a good boot there. But with that 3-and-out stop, Jefferson, good field position starting near midfield. We'll see where they eventually spot this one out of bounds. And now Brian Hawks a chance for the Jaguars to go and tie this football game up.
Yeah, the Jaguars have been playing well offensively. And I like the spark that Carlson at quarterback has given them. Again, he's made good decisions. Although he threw an interception in that first half. Of course, on a 4th down play, I like the decisions he's made. And, of course, getting the ball to Blanchard. Not a bad decision either.
Never a bad decision there, obviously. Here is Trey on his first carry of the half, and look who's got him. Theo Sunder for a loss of 5.
Sunder wrapping Blanchard up, getting into the backfield there. Of course, Sunder playing that left end typically for the Eagles, doing a nice job not over pursuing on that play action. Races upfield there and grabs Blanchard with those big meat hooks of his, races him and ropes him to the ground there.
What a weapon he is off the edge, number 77 for Kennedy. 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Blanchard now 7 carries for 46 yards. Trey in motion, he'll try the right side. And he is wrestled down, got around Sunder on the edge, but then Luke Witherby was there along with Cullen Brown. A pickup of maybe 2, 3rd and 13. Coming up for the Jaguars, might have to put one into the air here. Beg your pardon here, penalty coming up. Looks like Jefferson's offense is retreating. If I'm Coach Weinberger, I might wave this one off here. It's already 3rd and 13. I might decline this one.
Looks like on the far side of the field, looks like that's what he was doing.
And they will decline it. It's a good move there by Kennedy's head coach.
Penalty is declined by Kennedy.
So we'll see how they play this one. I'd be interested to see if they allow the junior Carlson to put it in the air, see if he can throw one down the field. He's been throwing those short passes, getting the football to his playmakers. Let's see how they may play this.
Yeah, if I'm Kennedy, the first guy I mark is Blanchard coming out of the backfield if it is a pass. 3rd and officially 14. Carlson to throw, lobs it up near side, and leaping catch, but out of bounds. Great effort down there. They wanted the wide receiver, Gilmer, just could not keep his feet in.
Yeah, not a bad ball, and again, throwing into that wind, I'm not sure if that may have just caught a gust of wind, but a nice job putting it on the spot just a bit too far outside. Gilmer comes down with it.
Boy, that was close down there. Looked like he got a foot down pretty quickly. Could not tell if it was in or out. So a punting situation here for Halliday. Again, into this wind. Jordan Williams back deep. Here comes the pressure. And Halliday off the side of his foot. This will spiral and back up. And it'll give Kennedy good field position to start out here at the 42-yard line. Big stop there by the Eagles after Jefferson had come out with a 3-and-out on their first defensive possession.
You know, and I think this early 3rd quarter is crucial for both sides. Again, establishing the line of scrimmage, establishing some momentum, and who can control it. Again, a battle of Bloomington. Sometimes you throw out all the strategy, and it's who wants it more. We talked about that in the opening. The passion play that these young men have and are trying to demonstrate out there, and we'll see what happens here early in this 3rd quarter.
Shotgun look here. Trey Hearns. Jaguars showing blitz. They'll hand it off. Eric Jabarian trying to get around the corner. And the speedy back scoots out to near midfield. He'll be marked at the 49-yard line. Looks like he gained between 6 and 7 yards. I like your point there about passion. We obviously know, Brian, that these are definitely two teams who just simply don't like each other very much, and we've seen that here tonight.
That's right, as you see Jabarian taking the handoff. And again, if you're not looking for Jones, of course, Jabarian, one of the more dynamic players on the Eagles, doing a nice job picking up some yardage there.
2nd and a long 3. Pistol formation for Kennedy. Fake it to Jabarian. Jones will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Jefferson had that one figured out. Nate Wakely in on another tackle for the linebacker. who's had a nice night for Jefferson to bring up this 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Wakely, we've mentioned his name on some big plays 3 times in that first half, and there again in this 3rd quarter, slicing into the backfield and bringing Jones down for a loss and putting him in a 3rd and 5 here, it looks like, and see what they may come out with. If they can pick this up, move the chains.
Noah Larson also in on that tackle. And it looks like an offset pistol this time. Hearns will throw. Looking over the middle, and he's got his man. Jabarian with a nice catch in traffic all the way down to the Jaguar 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 for Jefferson.
And again, Trey Hearns making smart decisions, finding Jabarian there, and almost had to double clutch it and allow Jabarian to get into that second level behind the linebackers. Nice job by the Eagles. Again, if they're not giving it to Jones in the backfield, Hearns can certainly hurt you with his arm.
Fresh set for Kennedy, big 3rd down pickup. Give it right back to Jabarian, eludes one tackler. Got tripped up by the second man. Nice job by Olsen-Oski to get a piece of him. Gain of a couple there for Eric Jabarian, who's really stepping up his production tonight. Couple of big catches for Eric, 3 catches for Kennedy tonight. You see him scoot around the end. When you're playing well, give it to him. Trying to see if you can make some plays happen.
And that's the thing with this Eagles offense is the playmakers that they have. All the attention, of course, focused on Lexus Jones, their star running back, 1,000-yard rusher last year. Obviously the focus of their offense this year, but with guys like Jabarian, they're very tough to stop offensively.
2nd and 7, Ellis goes in motion. Hearns will keep it. He won't get that far. Nice job upfield. Blake Andrus, the linebacker, number 55, turned Hearns back to the middle for basically no gain. A Jaguar is down right here. Watch Andrus off the edge, number 55. He's not going to make the tackle there, but he makes Hearns kind of slow up. And that allows his teammates to get there to limit that play. As you see the Jaguar injury down there, looks like it might be Olsen-Oski. Guy they definitely don't want to lose from that linebacker spot. Been very active tonight. Big crowd overflow here on the Jaguar side, almost as full on the Kennedy side. And you know there's probably a few Kennedy people on the home side here as well, sneaking into enemy territory. Olsen-Oski gingerly gets back up. Remember, Matt DiBianchi was shaken up in the first half. I have not seen him back in there yet for Jefferson. We'll keep our eye on both of those young men. Here we go, 3rd and 7 for Kennedy. Might be 4-down territory as they're inside the 35. Here's where you can run it on 3rd down and still be productive. We'll see if they do that. Hearns will play action. Wakely's got him. The ball pops loose, and the Jaguars have it. Another big play. Nate Wakely off the edge. First turnover of the night for the Jefferson.
Wakely blitzing off that edge, untouched. Hearns never saw him. They're overloaded to the right side, and Wakely, you'll see, come untouched here and just blows up Hearns.
Can't blame Hearns for that fumble. It looked like 76 Connor Weatherby slid in there. Nice pickup here as you watch the reverse angle. No chance for Trey here.
And that's a linebacker or defensive end's dream right there. Untouched to the quarterback. Nice job by the Jags forcing a turnover.
Jefferson takes over. Good field position. Trying to tie things up. Blanchard has to bounce it out outside, and he is rope tied down. Once again, Theo Sunder with a huge loss. Looked like the first play of last series all over again.
Sunder again playing that left end. He's going to break two blockers and shed them, and then just wrangling and roping him like he's at the rodeo.
Yeah.
Big Theo Sunder, 6'2", 220. What a big boy, and those big meat hooks. Wow. They get you in that grasp, and
that's a Jared Allen special right there.
There you go. We just needed him to do the old cattle tie there at the end.
Maybe after a sack, we'll see. Here's a nice pass over the middle. Ryan Gilmer gets back the lost yardage plus a few. Gain of 10. Nice slant route here. And a well-thrown football. Carlson now 6 out of 10 on the night.
Carlson drops back, 3-step drop, fires it to Gilmer, and you'll see him bobble it a little bit. Nice job, hand-eye coordination, keeping his focus. And he's roped into the ground there, but big pickup there and gives the Jags a chance here on 3rd and long.
3rd and 7, 4 minutes, all that remains here in this third quarter. Jefferson down a touchdown. Blanchard motion. They'll fake it to him. Time for Carlson. Look at this side. Has a receiver. It's caught. Beautiful throw. Gilmer had him by a step, and the pass was lofted in there perfectly.
Big play by Carlson again, and let's give credit to number 42, Sid Tikoski. He did a nice job picking up Sunder, who was going to come again untouched to Carlson. Just gives Carlson just enough time, and he lobs it in there. And there's that Carlson to Gilmer connection. Again, 2 plays in a row. First down, Jaguars.
23 on that connection. Big 3rd down pickup. Jefferson on the move. Blanchard, they finally get some room up the middle. That has been almost impossible tonight against the D tackles of Kennedy. Finally, they find a little bit of a crease. That's all Blanchard needs to pick up about 7.
That's that big Jefferson offensive line moving that line of scrimmage forward, getting off the ball quickly there, and allowing Blanchard to pick up positive yardage and make it that much easier for Carlson and the Jags here in this possession.
2nd and a long 3. Blanchard still out there. Motion this time and a pitch to the far side of the field, turning the corner, getting upfield, and a 1st down and more for Tyler Lundberg. And Lundberg looks like he's inside the 20. Jefferson in the red zone and move the chains again.
And there's that toss sweep again that we've seen them have success with in the first half. Just throwing that to the far side. It seems like whenever the football's on this near hash, you see Carlson toss it, and the Jaguars moving the chains again.
They're at the 17 on a pickup of 9. You're right about that toss to the far side. That has been available all night. Blanchard right up the gut. Jordan Stallings, haven't called his name a lot tonight, makes that tackle. A couple for Trey on 1st down. Jefferson on the comeback trail. They trailed it by 14 points on a couple of occasions. First at 14-0, then at 21-7. Got a touchdown before, with less than a minute left in the first half, just before the gun. And now on the move, trying to square up the Battle of Bloomington late 3rd quarter. Led by quarterback Carlson, the junior, 160-plus through the air tonight. Looking for more, and it's off the fingertips of Blanchard. Incomplete. Jordan Stallings was right there waiting if he was able to make the catch.
Yeah, we spotlighted the Stallings in the pregame. Again, from that linebacking spot, he's going to have to make big plays, and was at the right place at the right time there to break that one up. That's going to put him in a 3rd down situation. Let's see if the Jags continue to move these chains as they've done so far.
From here, it'd be a long field goal considering the wind factor tonight. 31 yards would be the distance from right here. So you're probably thinking 4-down territory, 2 chances to pick up 7. Blanchard will go out of the backfield, and he can't hang on to it. Is it backward or forward there? The officials say forward pass. That was very close. Kind of looked like a busted play there, Brian, on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down for the Jaguars.
I'm not sure if Carlson was looking for Sheparu in the back of the end zone there. Sheparu covered up, and then he just tried to dump it off to Blanchard. And probably a good thing he didn't catch that one, because he was going to be blanketed by Eagle defenders if he did.
Remember, Kennedy picked up a key 4th down conversion for a touchdown back in the first half. Can Jefferson do the same? 4th and 7. They'll fake the toss, lob it to the end zone, and it's too far. Beautiful coverage. Right on the spot was Ricky Clifton. Read that one all the way, and Kennedy turns them back. Huge defensive stop for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles bending but not breaking on that possession. Doing a nice job forcing Carlson into some tough throws there. Looking for Gilmer in the corner of the end zone, a little bit too far. So the Eagles avert that disaster there as the Jaguars forcing the turnover on that Hearns fumble. Nice job to get back the ball to their offense.
2:23 left 3rd quarter. Kennedy continues to lead by 7. Now they have the football back for the 3rd time this half. It looks like a timeout. Jaguars might have been a man short there. Schrader ran onto the field late. after the timeout, but we'll take it with 2:23 left in the third. Homecoming night. Always great when a football player is the homecoming king. That was the case with Brian Alm. He's your king for 2011. You see the overflow crowd here at Bloomington Stadium. This is probably the farthest I've had to park away from the stadium so far when I've done a Jefferson Kennedy game. More seniors to salute, and remember we're spotlighting the Jefferson side because they're the home team tonight. We'll get back to Kennedy with their next home game. Brian, who do you have here?
Let's take a look at Mitch Halliday, a 6 foot, 175-pound punter for the Jags. He's only been playing football 3 years. His favorite food is fish and salmon, more specifically. On his iPod right now, Little Bee and Bear God. I'm not familiar with that one myself, but some of the other folks out there may be.
So we get back to play here, a run on first down. Not much there. Jefferson's done a pretty good job against the run. Mitch also loves the movie, one of my favorites, No Country for Old Men.
That's a good one.
Yep. Loves country music also, in addition to some of his other music on his iPod. And he's going to go to school in Wisconsin next year. And not sure I like that, but a lot of other qualities for Mitch balance that out. Mitch Halliday, the punter for Bloomington Jefferson. 2nd and 8 for Kennedy. Up a touchdown play action. Hearns hit as he throws. Lets it go. Far side overthrown. Good coverage step for step there. Schrader on the boundary corner was perfectly in position against the dangerous Nick Warren.
The exact same play that they ran last week when Hearns and Warren connected for a 78-yard touchdown. This time the Jaguars having that play scouted out very well. Doing a nice job. Schroeder just covering up Warren like you said.
And a good rush that got to Hearns immediately and made him throw that one obviously a lot sooner than he wanted to. Might have to put one up in the air again. 3rd and 8. They'll go again with that offset pistol. Jaguars show blitz. Here they come. Hearns under pressure has to step up. He'll try to run for it, and he is upended. My goodness. He crosses the 20. He's going to be shy of the first down. You think this game doesn't mean something to these guys, Brian. You see hits like that. Effort plays on 3rd down as Hearns goes head over heels but comes up short. Kennedy will punt.
Well, like you said a few minutes ago, these two teams just do not like each other. And it shows here as Hearns is trying to scrape for that first down and is just dumped over the top. Nice job there by Wakely. Again, we've called his name how many times? He's done a nice job defensively.
Well, he almost blocked that punt. Good kick by Jabarian. And it'll kind of take a sideways bounce down by Kennedy. The Jaguar 38, 53.4 to go. Kennedy benefiting there from having to punt before the end of the quarter. Even the younger fans enjoying tonight. Can't beat that. Get them started on Jefferson-Kennedy rivalries early. I like that.
That's right. It certainly is a packed house. I had a chance to walk through the crowd here at halftime, and boy, they are rowdy out there on both sides of this football field.
Final minute, 3rd quarter. No scoring so far second half after 5 first half combined touchdowns. Jefferson had a drive stall in Kennedy territory last possession. DeBianchi back in there after being hurt in the first half. Carlson long count, DeBianchi in motion again. They'll hand it up the middle. And Jordan Stallings, he is getting more active tonight. He's right there to meet Blanchard up the middle. I think one of the reasons why we haven't called his name a lot, Jefferson hasn't run that many plays up the middle. It's been a lot of toss sweeps. When they have run up the middle, they usually run into number 23.
Yeah, again, Stallings, the leader of that linebacking core for the Eagles. And again, like you said, with the Jags, they're looking to get the ball to Blanchard on the outside. If they can get him past the edge and use his speed, that's definitely where they have their strength with Trey Blanchard, their senior captain.
Limited success for Blanchard so far here in the second half. Might be the final play of the third. 2nd and 9. In motion again, DeBianchi. They'll fake it to him. And the end around there for Lundberg. Maybe a couple. Pretty good job by Kennedy's D to stay home. As we reach the end of quarter number 3, this Battle of Bloomington will come down to the final 15 minutes of play as Kennedy continues to lead. They have not trailed yet tonight. 21-14 the score after 3. As we know, it's homecoming night, and we've got all the festivities for you. And our sideline reporter is getting ready to do an interview on the sidelines. We'll send it down to Paul Fortier. Paul, who do you have down there?
Thanks, Josh. Down here on the field is some more of the homecoming court. Let's meet him here.
Hi, I'm Sammy Grobe, and I'm a senior attendant this year on the homecoming court. At Jefferson, I'm involved in the dance team, the Colleens, and student council. I'm also the president of Pathfinders, and I participate in PFC and TPK activities.
Hi, I'm Jenna Mueller. I'm a senior at Jefferson, and I walked with the king, Brian Alm. At Jefferson, I'm involved in gymnastics, track and fields, Pathfinders, NHS, and student council.
Thanks, guys. Back up to you.
Thanks, Paul. I think one of the things I like that all these people on the homecoming court, the royalty, they haven't come, and they do a lot of activities. They're not just voted onto the court. They contribute a lot to what's going on at Jefferson High School, as well does Mike Jones, our next senior spotlight in 2011, number 24 for Jefferson.
Yeah, Mike Jones, a 5'9", 140-pound cornerback, playing in the secondary there for the Jags. Only been playing football for only a year. Favorite food is any food he's in the mood for.
I like it.
I suppose we can all agree to some degree with that. His favorite movie is 300. Favorite TV show is, I'm going to get this right this week, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's right. I remember that last week. You had the French Prince of Bel-Air going on. This one just overthrown. Carlson. Great TV show. Goes for the season, wants to get a pick 6 at some point. Says he's a very good cook as well. Tells younger players to work hard during the season, work their butt off, he says, as well as in the off season. Mike Jones, number 24. Brings up a punting situation for the Jaguars after that third down incompletion, Brian. Mitch Halliday with the wind here. I think this is the first time he's punted with the wind tonight. The rush is on. It's a fake. Oh, and they had the man open. It's incomplete. There was the bag of tricks from John Leverins. Well diagrammed. Just sometimes it doesn't get executed, and that was one right there. A chance again. They've had a couple of them tonight here, Brian. Remember that halfback pass that was wide open? They missed on that, and a chance here with the fake punt that goes astray.
Yeah, Halliday and looking for Wakely here. Almost thinking the Eagles were going to block the crap out of that, but boy, Wakely right through his hands, and immediately afterwards puts his hands to his head saying, oh no.
Yep.
He certainly had a first down there.
First down for Kennedy now, and that is a huge play now. Eagles in Jefferson territory. Well, that play goes nowhere. How about this Jaguar D in the second half stepping up? Nick Schubert was in on that play. Lexus Jones had 157 yards in the first half, Brian, but held under 10 yards so far on 5 carries in the second half. It's been a reversal of fortune for the ground game.
Well, and these two teams, of course, know each other so well that first half, you maybe feel each other out to some degree. Of course, Robinson not in there for the Jags. Jones obviously playing well, but again, in the second half, just figuring him out, and whether that's strategy, give credit to Leverins and Coach Weinberger.
5 carries for 1 yard in the second half. Hearns, under pressure, got away from 1. Did what he could to turn a loss of about 5 into a gain of a couple to make this third down manageable. Nice scrambling ability here by the sophomore.
As you'll see, Hearns comes back on the play action, almost taken down by Wakely, but again, 6'4", 210 pounds. You're going to have to wrap him up as much as you can. And just does enough just to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more.
You know Wakely wanted to make that play after letting that fake punt slip through. 3rd and 9, 40-yard line. Jefferson's D is not allowed much here in the second half. Hearns, that modified pistol again, offset pistol. Jones will stay in to block. Here's a throw down the near sideline, and it is incomplete, looking for Nick Warren. Blanchard had safety coverage over the top. Well diagnosed by the Jaguar D, and Kennedy will punt again.
And that's Hearns' favorite target, senior Nick Warren. Again, we mentioned it earlier, them two connecting on a 78-yard touchdown pass last week, and a couple of times Hearns almost forcing the football into Warren. Nice coverage by the Jaguars. You see that one into double coverage there.
Raiders had good coverage all night for Jefferson. Here's the punt. They come after it. Low kick, Eric Jabarian into the wind, and it will back up once again. That is only about a 24-yard punt for Jabarian, but he does get it inside the 20. Jefferson will start. You don't know how many more possessions you're going to get here if you're the Jaguars with just under 10 minutes to go. Still in this one, and you want to take advantage of the wind if you can here. Easier to throw the football down the field. You might see them take a shot.
Yeah, and I think this possession is crucial for them. Again, like you said, how much can they have the football, turning it over to the Eagles, and with the way that Jones is running tonight, that might be a long night.
Lundberg in motion. Fumbled exchange. Who's going to get on top of it? Blanchard did not get it cleanly. Kennedy thinks they've got it.
What a big turnover this would be.
Would be the third turnover of the night on Jefferson. And it is Kennedy football inside the 25. Was it Dante Allen? It was, who got on top of it.
We haven't called his name much tonight, but Allen coming up at the biggest moment. The Jaguars, again, that was a big possession for them, and just a botched handoff there between Carlson and Blanchard. And Allen coming out of that bile of that scrum. Comes out with the football. Nice job there.
First and 10 for Kennedy at the Jaguars 22-yard line.
Kennedy up 7. Missed opportunities and some mistakes haunting Jefferson so far tonight. Jabari in motion. They want to throw. Hearns gets away from one. He'll run to the outside. Won't get much, maybe to the line of scrimmage, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Hearns has avoided some negative plays here recently to keep his team afloat offensively.
And again, that's Nate Wakely making himself acquainted with Trayvon Hearns there in the backfield, but Hearns doing a nice job to sneak away from that Wakely sack. As you see him just race in there, or rather that wasn't Wakely in on the play on the far side, but that's Blake Andrus. You see Hearns get across the line of scrimmage and pick up a few, if positive yardage there, looks like.
We've seen that if you don't get him square on, if you just get a piece of one of the sides or just a shoulder, you're not going to bring down big Trey Hearns at 6'4", 210. So we got an injury here. Again, it's another Jaguar. I think it's number 75. That would be Chris Beef. We'll check on that. 9:11 left, fourth quarter. Entertaining one here at Bloomington Stadium. Hope you're enjoying homecoming 2011 for Jefferson. It is Chris Beef. Again, it's an injury that a Jaguar is going to be able to walk off the field under his own power, which is a good sign. No gain on first down, 2nd and 10. Jones, single setback. Dante Allen in the backfield as a blocker in motion. They'll go to the near side out. Jones still on his feet, and he's going to take it in. Breaking tackles and galloping 22 yards to extend the lead for Kennedy. One yard in the second half until that run, but as you pointed out several times tonight, Brian, he can dig it to the distance on any run, and the strength of Lexus Jones gets him this touchdown.
Using his blockers, takes the whole team to bring him down, and even on that one, when 2 or 3 guys were dragging behind him there, he breaks away and puts 6 on the board.
Abu Kamara on for the point after at the 9-minute mark. It is up and it is true. 28-14, Kennedy turns a mistake into points. A huge sequence there. They tack on another touchdown.
What a turn of events. Tough break for the Jaguars. Again, the botched handoff between Carlson and Blanchard turns into 7 points on the board for the Eagles. So you take a look at Jones there. Again, well on his way to a 1,000-yard season. 2 touchdowns here tonight. Or 3 touchdowns, rather, tonight.
180 yards on the ground now for Lexus Jones. 3 touchdowns. Just having a monster night in the game that matters the most for each of these two teams. Still time, though, for Jefferson. Full 9 minutes left to play. They are not out of this yet. They'll be, remember, with the win here in the fourth quarter. Just have to execute those chances when they have them. Jefferson with 3 turnovers. They had a man wide open on a halfback pass in the first half that was overthrown. Receiver was open by at least 10 yards downfield. Would have been a touchdown. Then they had a fake punt open for a first down. Could not come up with a reception. Kennedy has capitalized here on the most recent turnover. They lead by 14. Here's the kick into the wind, twisting towards the sidelines, and it'll bounce out of bounds. So they'll start with good field position. Kennedy cannot afford to relax because you give up 1 touchdown, Brian, and all of a sudden Jefferson right back in it.
And the special way that Coach Leverance and his staff are calling this game, again, using Carlson and putting him in good positions and positions where he can succeed, not making him throw the ball north and south down the field, but getting it short passes, quick passes to his playmakers and allowing them, Blanchard and company, to do the job, so to speak, do the work, and those have turned into some pretty big gains.
They need to get Trey involved here in the fourth quarter. Remember, he had 89 yards receiving, 51 rushing in the first half, but so far in the second half, no receiving yards, and he's only had -3 yards rushing, so he needs to get more production if Jefferson's going to have a chance here to come back. Trailed by double digits at Burnsville in 1. Here's the same halfback pass. DeBianchi under pressure, and this time he didn't have the time to get it off.
And even downfield, that was covered well. Gilmer covered up with 2 defenders in the secondary. So a tough play there for the Jags. I like the idea of doing something, again, outside the box, but a lot of times that halfback pass, he's tough to run it successfully 2 times in the same game.
Nice job by DeBianchi, though, to get rid of it, avoiding a huge loss, and instead the incompletion not only stops the clock, but it remains 2nd and 10. Carlson to throw, has time, wants the deep ball, looking for Gilmer, and he couldn't quite hang on. Would have been an unbelievable catch. Credit Cullen Brown to get in there and break it up. How about the effort from Gilmer on this pass play?
Yeah, from my vantage point, it looked like that might have been a little overthrown, but Gilmer just racing and diving. But again, big Cullen Brown coming in from his free safety spot, lays out Gilmer and breaks up that pass. Nice job by the Eagles secondary.
3rd and 10. A late penalty. Kennedy will decline it.
It's a big play here.
Yeah. Jefferson really can't afford to punt much more tonight. Down by a couple of touchdowns. Holm split out to the top of your screen. Gilmer in the slot. Carlson wants the deep ball again. The corner route is picked. Intercepted. And here's the return. It's Cullen Brown into Jefferson territory. He was sitting there waiting for that corner route. Cullen Brown breaks up the pass on 2nd down and picks it off on 3rd down, the 4th Jaguar turnover of the night.
Yeah, nice job by the Eagles secondary there. Again, reading that long throw from Carlson. It looks like the Jaguar wide receiver just slipped there, but credit Brown being in the right place at the right time. And I liked when Carlson was moving the football side to side, if you will, short passes, getting it to his playmakers. Some of those deep throws, where is he expected to put it on the money more often than not? I think those are tough plays for a junior quarterback that hasn't played much this season.
Kennedy and Jefferson territory again. You'd expect a big dose of Lexus here. Instead, they'll pass on first down. Hearns, Jabarian, nice pitch and catch. Eric Jabarian spinning away from tacklers to the 25. How about that wrinkle from Kennedy? Everybody's thinking run. Slipped Jabarian out of the backfield, and it's a gain of 19.
And there you go. Hearns making good decisions, finding Jabarian in the flat there, and again allowing his football playmakers to make plays, and it's as simple as that. Credit Coach Weinberger and his staff, again, putting Hearns in the right positions to make the right plays, and his players are executing.
Jabarian now 69 yards receiving on 4 catches. Hearns 5 out of 8, very efficient so far tonight. Jordan Stallings in motion, and Trey will burn a timeout. Saying something to Jordan. Kennedy rotates a lot of guys into that position there that Jordan Stallings is in. Sometimes we've seen Dante Allen, sometimes Ellis, that time Stallings. Maybe some miscommunication. Kennedy will burn one here with 8:02 left in the football game. Kennedy 28-14. Third time of the night they've led by 2 touchdowns. Jefferson's D has to come up with a stop here. They want to stay into it. We got another Jaguar senior spotlight. We've called his name a couple times tonight, Blake Andrus. Brian?
Andrus, number 55, 6'2", 210-pound linebacker. You saw him come in and try to make a play on Hearns on the last possession for the Eagles. Been playing football for 9 years. Favorite food is pizza. On his iPod right now, mostly rap. Favorite TV show is Family Guy, long-running sitcom on Fox. Favorite football memory is tonight, playing Kennedy and all the hype that comes with this crosstown rivalry game.
Never broken a bone until this season. That's an interesting fact about Blake. He's played well despite this injury, and he also tells youngsters to take every opportunity to have fun that you can and do it. Blake Andrus, number 55 for Jefferson, trying to lead his team to a stop here. Jones.
Lexus Jones, the ball carrier.
Inside the 25 to the 24 on a pickup of 4. Second down as the clock continues to roll here in the fourth quarter.
And that's where the Eagles have made their money, so to speak, giving the ball to big Lexus Jones, 5'8", 200 pounds he's listed at, but runs a lot bigger than that. And again, up 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter. You said it a moment ago, Josh, a heavy dose of Jones is probably what these Jags are expecting.
Unofficially 184 yards on 22 carries. 7:20 to go. In motion, Jabarian. Hearns will keep it. Getting a Jones block, but it doesn't do much. Nice play, Noah Larson in on another tackle. A loss on the play, 3rd and long now for Kennedy.
A big play by Larson. We've called his name a few times along with Wakely, 2 playmakers on that Jaguar defense. Taking Hearns down for a loss.
That's a big loss of 5 there.
3rd down for Kennedy.
3rd and 11 now.
That potentially can keep him out of scoring position here. They can get a stop here on 3rd.
It's exactly what they need. Jefferson with 2 timeouts, Kennedy with 1, 6:40 to go. That offset pistol, what a unique formation that is. I don't see a lot of that at the high school or college level. Hearns, the corner route, and a juggling attempt, but it's incomplete. Jabarian was looking like Willie Mays there for a moment, but he just couldn't quite haul it in.
Wow, what a catch that would have been.
How about the touch on this football by Hearns, dropping it in there almost perfectly.
Yeah, it turns Jabarian around, and again, it just, I doubt he even saw that one, but put his hands out and popped right in there. This is probably a little bit better angle. As you'll see, Hearns just lays it out there. He's thrown some nice footballs tonight. And Jabarian, wow, I thought he was going to come up with that, and that would have been a heck of a highlight reel catch.
4th down and 11. Already completed 1 huge 4th and 11 tonight.
Big stop here.
Hearns likely to put it up in the air. He will. Looking this side. Nick Warren on the back shoulder throw, incomplete. And there will not be a flag. One-on-one coverage. I think it was Schroeder out there, and he did enough to break up the pass without drawing the penalty.
Yeah, good coverage by Schroeder, step for step with them. A lot of times you got to get your head around there. I'm surprised that the flag didn't come in. As you'll see, Hearns again, he's throwing some nice balls tonight. Big pickup there on the blitz by Jones, and that one, again, just falling incomplete. Schroeder all over there. Nice job by that Jaguar secondary.
Big incompletion. I like how Hearns picked up that one-on-one matchup right from the start. He was going that way no matter what. Jefferson with the football back. And a toss to Lundberg. As he turns the corner, gets upfield. Ran into Zach Bacco as he crosses the 30. Maybe see if Jefferson goes to a little bit more of a hurry up here, a little bit more pace with under 5 minutes or with under 6 minutes to go now in the football game.
I think they have to stay away from the deep throws for Carlson. Again, get the ball out short throws to his playmakers and let them do the work for him.
2nd and 7, Carlson. 3-step drop, the slanter out, broken up. Again, beautiful coverage. Ricky Clifton had an interception in the first half on a similar route, and he broke that one up just as nicely.
Yeah, they're playing that slant as much as you can from a textbook standpoint. Again, Carlson trying to get something going there, needing to move these chains down 14 points. But nice job by that Eagles secondary this time around.
These are the downs that have been tough for him tonight, 3rd and 7. Carlson, they'll roll the pocket. And he'll throw to the sidelines, and he's got his man. It's Shepero with enough yardage, it would appear, for the first down. His 2nd catch of the night. This is a nice look at this one. Beautiful throw there to Shepero. And you see him lunging there at the last second, and that's enough to get him the first down.
And again, like we've said, Carlson being put in positions to succeed, short, quick throws, and getting it to his playmakers to make plays.
7-yard pickup, and this one's going to be returned for a Kennedy touchdown. On the 5th turnover of the night, this one might have just broke the backs of the Jaguars. Jordan Williams with the return for 6.
Jordan Williams on the fumble recovery and touchdown.
Yeah, coming on a blitz. The Eagles racing there, and they caught Carlson just before he released the football. Looks like that might be Carlson down on the ground as you'll see him step back. And just up in the air, looks like it's Sunder slamming Carlson to the ground. And
well, you wonder if he was down there, it wasn't a fumble. Maybe we can get a look at it from the other side. Hard to tell from that look.
Let's hope Carlson's okay.
Kennedy Trainer's still out there, so we'll delay the extra point here. Kennedy just continues to make big plays. Their defense has been the story tonight, forcing 5 Jaguar turnovers and turning one of them directly into a touchdown. Remember, their other touchdown in this half came off another Jaguar error, as it looks like Joe Carlson up, and he might have an injured arm. It's his non-throwing arm, it looks like. And that's the one he probably fell on, Brian, because he got hit on the right side. Maybe we can take one more look at that replay. And I think it appeared he fell down on that shoulder as this Kamara kick is no good. 34-14. Kennedy on top, but the biggest play so far tonight just went the way of the Kennedy Eagles on a defensive touchdown.
Well, and I think anyone under the weight and aggressiveness that Theo Sunder comes to play with would be hurt. Boy, because he came in hard off that edge. Again, playing that left defensive end spot. Sunder, one of the better playmakers from that spot in the South Suburban.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy, relentless motor, gets to the quarterback, able to work in space, Brian. Moves laterally very well. You see him get to the edge a lot to track down running backs in the backfield. What a playmaker Theo Sunder is.
And number 16, Antonio Robinson.
So Kennedy will kick here. 5:25 left. Eagles have broken it open here in the fourth with 2 touchdowns, both following Jaguar turnovers. Abu Kamara. The high kick again. It'll spin toward the far sidelines. They let it bounce. And I think Jefferson got on top of it with the flag down. That was thrown by the near side judge right in front of the Jaguar bench. That is an interesting placement for that flag to be thrown. We'll see what it's all about here. Long delay here as we wait for this announcement. Still no official word yet. It looks like it's an unsportsmanlike penalty. Where that flag was thrown, Brian, that might have been on the Jaguar bench. Well away from the player. Remember, that kick was to the far side of the field. The near official here right along the sidelines hoisted that flag up pretty much after that play was done.
Yeah, and you never like to see something like that come in. You know, as much as these guys battle and want to win this football game, but you certainly don't want anything coming from the sidelines in terms of whether that's a verbal or even worse. But
and again, not sure if that was actually the case. Obviously, the ref's not mic'd up, but where that flag was thrown, I don't know that it would have been too many things. Look at this, the tip drill. Talk about staying alert, staying in a play. Matt DiBianchi off the deflection gets it out to the 30. How about that? Gain of 20.
I wonder if Sheparo is going to get an assist on that. It bounced right through his hands, but yeah, DiBianchi, nice hand-eye coordination there to stay with it and pull that one down for a first down.
And now another flag. Another unsportsmanlike penalty, this one on Kennedy.
Looks like that may have been something that Sunder said to the head referee.
Possibly he was running near that official going off the field, and all of a sudden that official hoisted his flag up in the air.
And again, you hate to see some of these mindless penalties, mental mistakes. You know, you get caught in the heat of the moment. I think we've all been there to some degree, but again, if you want to win in the South Suburban, you can't have situations like that.
Now it brings it out to the 45-yard line. Tack on 15 to the end of that. New quarterback in for the Jaguars. Look at this deep pass. Almost called in. James Fisher's the new quarterback, the senior. Pretty looking football here down the sidelines. They just could not quite come up with the long catch.
Yeah, Fisher just lays it up there. Tough job there by Lundberg. Had it in his hands. That would have been a big play as the Jaguars trying to get back in this thing. If they can get points on the board here quick, they may have a shot to keep themselves in it.
2nd and 10. Jefferson, 5:05 left, trailing by 20. Fisher looking on the middle for the slant, and it's caught. First down, gain of 11. It's Ryan Gilmer on the reception, his 3rd of the night.
Nice connection from Fisher to Gilmer. And these Jaguars trying to move the football here. Under 5 minutes to play now. Is it a little too late, though?
Hurry up offense for the Jaguars. 3 wide. Fisher under pressure gets rid of it, and he throws it right into the arms of Kennedy for the 6th turnover. Intercepted Ricky Clifton, his 2nd pick of the night.
Clifton just sitting on that post route. I'm not sure if Fisher saw him because that one was right into the breadbasket there of the wrong team. So nice job by Clifton. Catches that one, and that may seal the deal there for the Eagles. As you'll see Fisher drop back.
I don't think he ever saw him here. I mean, he just throws it right to Ricky.
Clifton just sitting on that in that 15-yard range or so, playing that 2nd level. Doing a nice job taking that one away.
6 Jaguar turnovers on a homecoming night. They We're in this one to the fourth quarter, but just too many mistakes for Jefferson. Kennedy has taken advantage. And now they give it Ellis, James Ellis. How about Ellis, the backup? Down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds. Jones might be done for the night, but the Kennedy ground game is not. Huge pickup for James Ellis.
Yeah, Hearns will just simply hand it off, and whether it's Jones back there, it's Jabarian. Let's give credit to that Eagles offensive line. That was one of our key matchups tonight. Who can establish the line of scrimmage tonight? And the Eagles clearly the better team on this night.
Well over 200 yards rushing now for Kennedy. Approaching 250 after that run by Ellis all the way down to the 25. 36 yards unofficially on that run. And Ellis back in there with another touch. And he will muscle his way down to the 20. On a pickup of 5, a flag flies late.
Looks like that'll go against the Eagles here. So that one's going to come back.
Under 4.5 to go.
It's good to see the fans still sticking around here.
Yep. A lot of spirit on both sides. Great halftime if you caught it here on BEC-TV. I mean, between the flags and the band and the Colleens, the choir, the football team, everybody else, I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, the cheerleading squad, got to be a huge percentage of the Jaguar students involved in everything homecoming here in 2011.
Ball spotted at the Jaguar 30-yard line.
We saw that, of course, with Kennedy last week as well. Eagles now 1st and 15, and back to Ellis. And he finds his way through the middle of the Jaguar defense, gets back close to the 20. Nice pickup there for James. Looks like about 11, maybe 12 there for Ellis. He's a guy next year they're going to need a whole lot of, because number 8's not going to be back, but number 28 is going to be, and he's getting a chance to be the featured guy here in the fourth quarter.
And again, we've mentioned Jones, Ellis, of course, Jabarian with a nice long run a couple of possessions ago. It's nice to see this offensive line, though, again, establishing control. They've done a nice job all season long, and more importantly here in this rivalry in Bloomington, let's give credit to those big guys up front.
Dante Allen in motion, back to Ellis, bounces off of his own man, charging forward. Brought down at the end of the play there by Olsenoski, 3:10 and counting. Get some of the other Kennedy backup linemen in there right now, guys like Matt Bruce, number 74, seeing the picture. Getting some playing time in a rivalry. It's always sweet when you win the Battle of Bloomington. When you spoil the other team's homecoming, it makes it even better. That's what Kennedy is about to do in under 3 minutes. John Ribel is also in, number 76, on that line. Third and short. Ellis stays on his feet. Good strength by Ellis. Got around the tackle attempt of Noah Larson, and he's going to be close to the first down.
It's good to see the Jaguars still playing hard, getting into the backfield, trying to bring down Ellis, not giving up any easy yardages. Under 3 minutes to play here.
Announced just a couple of minutes ago that the Minnesota Lynx have just won the WNBA championship.
Ball spotted at the Jefferson 15-yard line.
Nice to have a Minnesota team winning.
Doesn't get, it's been few and far between here. Last championship of any significance I can think of anyway, Gopher hockey back 2002, 2003, back-to-back. Here's Ellis around the edge, got away from Wakely and still moving. Ellis with the first down. It'll be first and goal for Kennedy with 1:34 left.
And Ellis, a big back of his own, 5'7", 180 pounds, what he's listed at. He's a tough guy to bring down there in traffic and shifty, too. See him moving and chopping his legs. And again, he's going to have to be drugged down there like that was Sebastian Manna.
Well, you bring him in the fourth quarter, and the defense is already a little bit worn down, Brian. Here's a fresh back coming, and he's a strong guy, too, and you can see he's taking his toll out on this Jaguar defense. Under a minute and a half to go. Here's Ellis. He'll try to punctuate this drive as he spins through some tacklers. He's still fighting, no whistle. Finally a whistle as he gets down to the 1. So the clock continues to roll. Maybe just one more play here for Kennedy. We'll see if they put the cherry on top here with a touchdown, or they might decide to take a knee here. We'll find out in about 15, 20 seconds.
And we'll see how Coach Weinberger plays it in the battle of the Bloomington schools. Is he going to punctuate it like you said, or he'll take 2 knees and call it a night?
Half a minute to go. Does not look like victory formation. Hearns is still out there. Remember, he's a sophomore, so they're getting him reps. Here even up big late. And it's Ellis. He'll waltz into the end zone for the Kennedy touchdown. He worked hard on that drive. And with 17 seconds left, James Ellis gives you a glimpse of next year for Kennedy. Some hard work and ends nicely for him with a touchdown as Kennedy now broken this one completely wide open.
Yeah, Coach Weinberger deciding then, let's reward Mr. Ellis. Worked hard, more or less took that football all the way down to the doorstep by himself and punched it through there.
Kamara, after his miss last time, this one good. It's been solid in that department this year. 41-14 will likely be the final score here, just 17 seconds left to go. Boy, you come into this fourth quarter, Brian, it's 21-14. Jefferson gets a couple of possessions down by just a touchdown, but then that Kennedy D forcing 3 fourth quarter turnovers, getting one directly to a score on a fumble return from Jordan Williams. James Ellis cashing in on that drive after a Ricky Clifton interception.
You know, Josh, and I thought that, again, we mentioned it, that play early on in the fourth quarter, botched handoff between Carlson and Blanchard, and then again capped off by that Jones touchdown.
Remember in that fourth quarter they went for that fake punt. You think back the missed opportunities. Obviously we've touched on them a couple times this game. The halfback pass, you had Ryan Gilmer 10, 15 yards open behind the defense for an easy touchdown if you just lay it in there.
It's a game of inches.
Yeah.
It really is.
Jefferson's couple of their drives stall on fourth down. Kennedy goes for a long fourth down conversion earlier in the game. They get it. Just a couple of plays here and there. I know the score looks pretty rough on Jefferson at 41-14, but that's why the coaches always say just a play here and there. Because a lot of times they're talking about the big plays that really change the entire complexion of the game. That's what happened tonight. Time for one more snap for the Jaguars. They will drop to 1-5. Kennedy now 2-4 on the season. Stick around for the post-game show. Brian and I will be back with some highlights to look ahead to next week. Try to get a post-game interview perhaps. Last play for Jefferson and a good gain for Trey Blanchard. He had a nice night here, Brian. It's not going to be enough, but one of the better nights for Trey since he mentioned his 3-touchdown game a couple of years ago. Just not enough for Jefferson. The clock stops here with 4.2, and now it'll wind, and that will do it. Kennedy wins the Battle of Bloomington. They not only do that, they spoiled Jefferson's homecoming in a big way. 41-14. Kennedy continues its recent dominance in this series. with another win. The Eagles move to 2-4. Jefferson now 1-5 on the year. Big night for Alexis Jones. 3 touchdowns, over 180 yards on the ground. The Eagles fly out of Bloomington Stadium 41-14. Brian and I will wrap it up next on BEC-TV.
I'm down here on the field with the Kennedy head coach, Dick Weinberger. Mr. Weinberger, talk us through a little bit how the game went for you in your perspective.
Well, we struggled a little bit. They played very well, especially defensively. They put 9 in the box, makes it very difficult. We were not doing a great job throwing the football. They gave us some trouble with their pressure. In the second half, the key in the second half was absolutely our defense. Our defense played very, very well. We had a few kids going off on tangents in the first half. We straightened it up in the second half, and we were pretty tight on defense in the second half.
So it's been a pretty tough year for you guys, a couple close losses throughout the year. How did you change your mindset for this game to come out here and beat Jefferson?
Well, it really wasn't a mindset change. Obviously, it's a big game for the kids. They grow up with each other. There's competition and rivalry. And, I don't have to say much to get them ready to go. Every week we focus on simply getting better, worrying about ourselves, not really the opponent. But clearly this week, Jefferson's in the back of your mind every day.
And next week you have one of the top 10 teams in the state, Lakeville North, coming here to the Bloomington Stadium. How are you going to change up anything for next week's game?
Well, we have to look at the film and see what they're doing, but they're a very, very good football team, deserving of their ranking. We've been pretty competitive with some top teams. We hope we can tighten things up a little bit, both offensively and defensively. We're going to have to throw the ball better because we can't just go and run the football. We tried that tonight, and that just doesn't get it done. We're going to have to throw the football, especially if they're going to put 9 in the box like everybody else is right now. We got a great running back. We got 2 great running backs. And, we got to be able to throw the football a little bit more effectively. And so we're going to keep working on that. We got a young quarterback. We got some young, inexperienced receivers, but we're going to ask them to get a little bit better. That's all we're going to do, just get a little bit better.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Congratulations on your win. Now up to you guys up in the booth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach Weinberg said it. Brian Hawks joining me on the post-game show to wrap up this Kennedy victory, 41-14. And Coach Weinberger said it, Brian, but his defense was the key in the second half. The turnovers, 6 of them overall. Obviously, in the second half, turning a couple directly into points, one with a fumble return for a touchdown. I thought the Kennedy defense really stepped up in that second half and shut down the Jaguar offense.
And again, I mentioned it in that last portion of the fourth quarter. I think the biggest play of the night was that botched handoff between Carlson and Blanchard, and then turned into immediately on the next 2 plays into points for Jones. Really put this one out of reach. So nice job by that Eagles defense, though, turning the football over on the Jaguar side. And they came out with the rivalry game here tonight.
They certainly did. It was a game filled with a lot of big plays. We'll take a look at them in our highlights package here on the Kennedy and Jefferson post-game show. And to see the first quarter, Kennedy got things going on the ground, and no surprise here, even with 9 in the box, as Coach Weinberger was saying, Alexis Jones was tearing off some big runs. His first run of 50-plus in the half was a touchdown of 51 yards. The defense started out well as they forced one of 6 turnovers, and how about number 77, Theo Sunder, in a monster game as Kennedy was able to move the ball again. This is a big pass play. Remember, 4th and almost goes just outside the 10. They got it done on the touchdown, but then Trey Blanchard broke loose. Big run for the senior here.
The Eagles overall did a nice job. Blanchard obviously scoring his first touchdown there in the first half, but again, give credit to the Eagles. They put together a complete football game tonight, offensively, defensively, special teams. You saw Jones run for over 180 yards on 22 carries. 3 touchdowns there, almost getting in, and he'll get in on the next one here as he pounds his way inside. But nice job by the Eagles' offensive line. Again, one of our keys to the game in that open. Can they control the line of scrimmage? And they did just that tonight.
Trey Blanchard here made some nice moves in the passing game. This one would get called back with a penalty, but he would respond on the very next play, on a 3rd and long, he'll take this one 60 yards as there was nobody on that side of the field. And that's not something you want defensively when number 20's got the ball in his hands.
But give credit to Carlson, though, again, making the short passes, getting the football to his playmakers. And that one there to Blanchard, a big gain, putting the Jaguars in position for this touchdown to Sheparu. Again, a broken coverage there on the Eagles, but nice job by Carlson. Again, not much playing time this season as Tony Robinson, of course, their quarterback through the first handful of games. But Carlson came in, did a nice job. And
as you see on homecoming night, all the festivities at the half, and then Kennedy opportunistic in the 4th quarter. Alexis Jones just simply too much tonight. Didn't really have a monster second half, just 30 yards, but most of them come on that play. Then the big fumble return for a touchdown here, Jordan Williams after the strip and sack by Theo Sunder. How many plays did we see him make? That was another Kennedy touchdown. Ricky Clifton played well in the secondary, 2 picks for Kennedy. 6 turnovers overall, obviously the difference in this one tonight. And then Kennedy, a little icing on the cake here. We mentioned, we heard Dick Weinberger say that they've got 2 backs. The second back he was talking about is the guy we saw late in the 4th quarter, James Ellis, obviously doing the lion's share of the work on that drive, scoring from a couple of yards out, put the finishing touches on this win, 41-14 in favor of Kennedy. The Eagles move to 2-4 overall. It does not get any easier as we'll pull up the games coming up next week in the South Suburban Conference, and you heard our Paul Fournier talk to Coach Weinberg about it's a tough task for Kennedy next week because they've got a top 10 team coming in Lakeville North who is on the road tonight playing against another undefeated team, but it's going to be a tough test no matter what.
Well, and again, the Eagles are up for it, though. I think they put together their best game of the season tonight. Again, offensively, defensively, special teams, all 3 phases. Again, turning the ball over for the Jaguars, and that's what it's going to take to beat a top 10 team. Lakeville North coming into Bloomington Stadium, but excited to see what happens.
We will see what happens. That kickoff 7 o'clock here at Bloomington Stadium next week. Great homecoming tonight, huge crowd, great weather. Can't ask for much more. Our crew, another outstanding job, and I want to thank our sideline reporter Paul Fournier as well. For all of them and for Brian Hawks, this is Josh Powers saying good night from Bloomington Stadium.